All right. Coming in hot. The next session. We're on session 6 now, guys. In the previous session, last week, you guys had a hell of a chase scene where you fled. You fled the Biocracy Colony trading post, Crotchy Station you guys have been at, under the pursuit of a enormous flagship of the Aeon Throne, as the Emerald Dominion is the name of the ship. You guys had a chase scene as you moved through an asteroid belt, dodged attacking teleliths, pickets of drone fighters coming in hot after you, long range direct energy batteries, had to start searching for currents of the drift, as this might be your only way to navigate it without after this strange drift crash, and having to stick as closely as possible on the literal tail of the edge of perdition as you guys went into the drift and escaped. Fortunately, the drift is still in turmoil. As a result, you guys spent some time in there trying to plot your next best route. Like, what could you do? Captain Trison, with you guys, decided, like, okay, we're going to try to go to some of these Biocracy worlds. It'll take a while, but it's probably our best bet. And then you guys were violently discharged from drift space entirely. It seemed to flicker and then was gone. Once you all found yourself in real space, you realize you were very much in the void, away from any planet nearby, certainly not by your destination. After some investigation, you all found a nearby star system. The only problem was that said star system is one of the suspected, like, dozen or so, according to their spies, that the Aslanti Star Empire controls. Any questions about that so far? Okay. So, you guys were basically looking at what was called the Dram system, run by Arcidux Gregor. Arciduxes are kind of like a baron or an earl. They are the hereditary royal rulers of a star system at large, not just one planet. You all, with Trison's knowledge, what little knowledge their spies are able to gain in this type of war, against such a xenophobic enemy, you were directed and decided together to go toward the planet Noct Perdura. This is a tidally locked planet, but unlike Verces or other planets like this, where civilizations have been known to build along that cool, survivable twilight belt down the middle that's not facing fucking burning sun or cold of space, this planet they have chosen entirely to settle the dark side. It is ostensibly terraformed. The terraforming is pretty bad. It's mainly just because of smog and pollutants that are, like, heating the atmosphere to warm enough levels to survive, but it's pretty clogged with pollutants here. You guys also, this was kind of a bonus, that there was 3 moons there, all uninhabited, and you all were able to touch down and start building a small base of operations. Mainly this was done by the, like, yellow-robed engineers of the Emil Biocracy. Although you guys did lend them your Ornite Spider to help create a breathable atmosphere. And considering the obvious disadvantages of sending in something like an armored ray dropship onto the planet, you guys worked out a plan with Trison to head down there yourselves. You were directed by air traffic control to Doric City, the main settlement on this planet. So I've thrown a bunch of information at you guys today. I feel like I always do at the beginning, actually, but hey, maybe that's just how I operate. Once you guys landed on Nocta, you were trying to find more supplies, because until you can figure out a way out of the star system, better way to navigate, you need to stay up to date on food, water, like anything you need to survive up on that moon, because it doesn't have its own atmosphere. As you touch down, you first met with Tuft, the Gossclaw. This was one of the creatures you guys had found their remains related to that Aslanti strike team by Karachi Station. Gossclaws are a race that has kind of been subsumed by the Aslanti Empire. There are other races within the Empire that are either, like, at best, they're second-class citizens. Mostly, it's more like indentured servitude or, like, outright slavery for these people. But Gossclaws are at least higher on that pecking order. He tried to sell you guys some pretty shitty fake IDs. Refine did what Refine does, which is try to touch into the emotional world around her, despite being an unemotional android. We love to see it. My partner was very taken with that idea. And he directed you guys to go see Brawny the Bracken. This guy right here, kind of another one of the races that has been subsumed by the Empire. You guys also noticed that there was some Aslanti battle robots guarding the exit to the docks. These things that kind of looked like the Aeon troopers that you fought, but clearly like full robot. There's no person there. Didn't appear like they were being piloted like a drone or anything. Like, this is presumably some type of either controlled robot or maybe an SRO. Hard to tell for sure. They scanned your guys' IDs and you were safely let into the city. Luckily, oh, right, okay. Sorry. Almost read one of my notes that I wrote for myself that was not for you guys, and it confused the shit out of me. I was like, why would they know this? And the answer is, you wouldn't. You wouldn't know it. You guys headed to a bar owned by this Brawny. It's called the Neon Novitiate. While within the bar, you settled on some agreements with him, trying to get supplies. On the way out, you guys were intercepted by some strange-looking figures. First, this stalker in the alley, followed up by this, some sort of android touching down behind you guys. They boxed you in, and while they were kind of threatening you, you all were ultimately interrupted by a strange Aslanti Stellar Scout. Seemingly another robot model, much like the battlesuit you guys saw at the port, but seemed to have like a blade getting pulled out of air, maybe being forged by nanites that tried to attack all of you. Indeed, in the end, you all were able to defeat it after hasting your allies, making it clear you're on their side, and some deep confusion as I was going to go back and review that exact scene. I didn't do it, so we're fine. May very well have said the Andrew Liberation Front, and I did not hear her. If so, that's on me. But if that did happen, canonically, we're going to say in the world that this android, that she just didn't hear that part. She got really agitated when you used the phrase Liberation Front. And as the one at the end with the red eyes, well, as he pulled the kind of glass part of the face mask off, the eyes are glowing within the glass material itself as kind of a disguise. Some vapor poured out of the helmet, and you could see he was some sort of human, maybe not baseline, and then you saw his rather glowing tinted purple eyes, and recalled that the Biocracy citizens call Aslanti citizens bright eyes often as kind of a not a term of endearment. And the last thing they said to you was, welcome to the Thassilonian Liberation Front. Okay. A lot of artwork showing it back up there. A lot of review. Any questions on that so far? I will take that as a no.
So.
Alright. Why did my Discord switch monitors? What the fuck? Okay, there we go. Sorry, my monitors got all whack there for a second. Sorry, I need some freaking water. Alright. The lead one puts his mask back on. You see his faceplate fills with vapors, which presumably he can breathe fine, or maybe they're drugs. You don't fucking know. but just have it as a disguise. And through that muffled filter of the helmet again, he's like, I can feel your magic speeding us up. We should move now. Kind of without waiting to see if you're gonna take that instruction, he turns to just start sprinting down the alleyway to the network of, like, close together buildings of the city. Do you guys follow?
He commented that this thing made us, right? This robot?
He was pretty confident. It might not. I mean, you guys aren't positive. You could try to examine its exploded remains after it detonated. But that would be a very, very hard computers or engineering check, as you'd basically refine, I imagine, like, you would be kind of scanning for those microscopic particles and trying to, like, get a read on them. Which you could do.
Do you guys think that's worth it? Yeah, that's my concern.
Either way, we don't want to stick around. Somebody would have heard this fight.
Yeah, I think we just head out.
Okay, I think the other android is like, look, I think we should just go.
Let's go. We can figure this out later.
Are you guys take off? Oh, go ahead.
Where are we going, Captain? Yo is still feeling kind of drunk.
Oh, sorry. I
find out.
Put that in the recap that you guys went and just got heinously bad drinks between Shaw and Yo. Yo simply did not handle them as well as a, like, 7-foot-tall Vesk soldier.
Yo is kind of a lightweight, which, you know, has a Kasatha kind of tracks.
It makes sense. Like, their BMI is pretty low. They're pretty skinny. Whew. Okay. You guys start spreading out. I'm gonna say, these people are moving pretty damn fast right now. With that being said, I'm gonna offer you guys a chance here. You could try to do a group stealth check, or you could try to just book it with speed. That might have they both have different risks of failure.
Alright, well, I could do stealth since I'm pretty good at it, but I am taking a penalty for being drunk.
That is true. I think that he's kind of just, like, eyes ahead, looking for clear spots to lead you guys through, like, looking out into open streets, down alleys. He's being cautious, but moving pretty fast. You hear the one in the back just be like, I don't know about this, we might need to slow up. And then you see her, like, her blank faceplate kind of turns to you guys, like, to see if you guys have a consensus. Because they don't really know your guys' skill set per se. So, like, maybe they're like, maybe, you know, we're leading people who are just incredibly unstealthy. What are they good at?
I mean, we are kind of unstealthy.
But I'm very fast.
That's the thing. I think we do, and so am I with my armor. We're all hasted right now, too. I think we could... I guess the real question is... I mean, refine...
If I pull out the wings, I'm fast.
But that's gonna draw attention.
That's true.
What's everybody's stealth like? Mine is, if my sheet loads, only a +8, not great.
7.
17.
17's pretty good.
Mine's better than most people's.
Man.
Oh, sorry, it's muted. Currently 80. The haste spell gives you 30 extra.
No, I was referring to stealth.
Oh, sorry. 21.
I don't know. Up to you. I will say this is up in your guys' wheelhouse. I will say I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a time limit here to try to make your decision.
I think...
Well, what is the, like, how would our speed be? You know what I mean?
if you are... So here's the trade-off. It's going to be harder to get spotted if you're stealthy, but there will essentially be more chances to be spotted. If you're fast, there are less chances, but it's harder to hide.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's not actually based on like our movement speed.
I am for at least the first like discovery check. I'm gonna make it harder for the enemy if you guys choose speed because you are hasted. So at least the first one will be easier because you're going so fast.
I think given that our stealth skills are kind of uneven, I think maybe we go fast with it. And if they start falling behind, I can get Yo and a fireman carry with my power armor. That should be doable.
All right. Cool.
At least for a short. I wouldn't want to do it for the whole chase, but at least for part of it if we need to move quick.
All right.
But let's see. At least while we're hasted, I think we move quick.
I'm gonna roll some checks here. Your first
Is
discovery
everybody else
check.
good with that?
Yeah.
All right. You guys speed through. In this first leg of it, as you guys have chosen this fast option, you begin to hear kind of like distant in the background, like a warming up alarm that starts to cycle. You hear the helmeted one like, shit, we've been made. You think he's like, they're going to be on the hunt now. You guys have not been spotted yet, but the hunt has actively begun. Do you guys continue with speed?
I mean, we've...
Alert. Go ahead.
We, at this point, is haste over.
How long does your haste spell last?
Let me just...
If it's per
Like-
round, I'm going to say it's only going to apply for this first check.
14 rounds.
14 round. Yeah, I think it's just the first, because that's basically like a minute and a half.
I think at this point we should switch to stealth. We're not as fast now.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And she says we've been made, or I think rather it's
It's
they
more
figured
like
out something happened.
people are hunting us now, like actively. Okay. So you guys are... I have like multiple paths of numbers here. Hold on. So you guys got through the first part of the fast path, and now you're jumping to stealth, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, that'll cut off
All
the
right.
beginning of the stealth pass. That does save you some time. All right, we are going to do a group stealth check here. Normally, we're effectively looking at the best of the top 3. We currently effectively have 7 humanoids. I'm gonna do the best. The worst of the top 4 is what the enemy is rolling against. So you all roll stealth. I'm gonna roll for my 2 people here.
Able to help someone out with an invisibility spell.
Where'd that dice go that I was just using? When it helps use an invisibility spell. Ooh.
How long do they last?
Yeah, give me a time.
Usage, standard action. I may Google it.
I believe it's minutes, so I would allow it if it's minutes.
Yeah, it's probably minutes.
Duration. Paste.
I'm so dumb. I was
1
like,
minute
where's
per
this
level.
dice that I'm looking for? And it's,
Oh, it's a minute per
literally
level?
in my hand. I'm a fucking
Yeah.
idiot. What am I doing?
Let me check if I have mass. Because I have invisibility prepared. Okay, I just have invisibility, so it helps someone.
I think Beans has the
You
lowest
could try to
health
put it on the
this.
worst person and make up for that potential roll.
Yeah, beans then.
Okay.
Okay?
What does that give me?
You're effectively invisible. It's gonna make it pretty hard for them to see you, honestly, because for me, it's gonna depend on which enemies is nearby you guys. I'm rolling for a lot of behind the things here. So okay. Sorry, my brain's going a mile a minute trying to track this. All right. So what we got? So we got 23. We scroll back up. So yo 26. Was that minus your drunk penalty?
I think with the drunk penalty, yeah, I believe we said basically anything involving coordination would be -2, I believe.
I think it was -2. So you effectively a 24.
Yeah, so it'd be 24. Yeah.
Scythe is a 22, but is invisible. Refine, 39. Ooh, ran with a fucking nat 20. Hell yeah. Shaw with a 23. Okay, so at the moment the lowest is effectively Scythe. Who are our top performers here? 1, 2. Okay.
See you.
All right. You guys see, like, you're sprinting down, not sprinting, like going as fast as you can, like a stealth crouch. Still trying to keep a little bit of speed. The one in front, like, holds out his hand, and you guys freeze. You see at the mouth of an alley across the street from where you guys are, one of those Aslanti Stellar Scouts, like, materialize out of nanites, look around, and then dematerialize and move on. It's okay, they didn't see us. Alright, that's another check down the stealth path. Everybody can give me another stealth check. And I will allow... Scythe is still invisible, effectively.
I'll pop in an invis for me as well.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
All right, so now it's my turn for a nat 20.
God damn. Even drunk, you're just punishing this check. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like, I just imagine, like, just the flavor of Yo's just, like, press themselves up against the wall, just, like, acting like they're, like, in camouflage, and you just see them put one of the fingers up to the face mask and just go, shh.
Not so good for me. I mean, I'm 7-foot-tall lizard in power armor.
Keep track of stuff as we go.
Okay, so I'm looking at, invisibility and hiding. If you are invisible or benefit from total concealment. Okay, so it's same as the old one. Plus 40 to your stealth check if you're immobile. Plus 20 if you move with it instead when invisible.
Hell yeah.
So 60 for me.
Our top 4 are really fucking high. I will say you do
and
see...
beads would also be up to 42.
The lead soldier in the black armor almost, like, walks straight into a patrol of... You see that these are actual Aeon Guard members. Like, people in armor like the ones you fought. But... Luckily for you guys, it doesn't really matter that you got a nat 1. This is a group check. And the android in the back will say, Muros, back. And he'll duck back before he gets caught.
I just imagine it's like pulling a dog's leash, just yank it.
Verbally, that is effectively what's happening here. Alright, it's another fucking success. I'll tell you guys right now, basically we need 2 more successes to pull this off. Alright. Everyone give me their stealth check?
Is Beans' invisibility still good, or should I...
Minute per level. So
Minute
it
bonus
was
has
in
been
15
14.
minutes.
I will say... it'll be good for this one, but not the final one.
Okay.
Ugh. Alright, I rolled a 3 on the die there.
All right, I imagine now Yo is somehow still managing to be stealthy while just, like, humming the Metal Gear Solid theme to themselves.
I think I double-clicked there.
Yeah, he did. But still 54, 54 for the first one. And Scythe is up to a 35.
Okay. Man, alright, let me roll for my 2. get the opposed. That was so close to a nat 20 for the opposed, and it like just rolled over to a 14 next to it. You see the one at the back. She like looks at her wrist comms, kind of like a brief beep. The one that she called Murus at the front is like, Angel, down. He motions all of you guys, like, they both get like flat on their bellies in like the scum and muck of the alleyway. As you guys hide, you see, not exactly flying, but hovering about a couple of feet off of the street at the end of the alley in front of you, you see a sleek teal green vehicle. As it goes by the mouth of the alley, it becomes very clear that this is some sort of military tank. Some sort of very powerful central cannon on top that has like multiple rings of red light glowing along it. As soon as it like hovers past the entrance, they kind of like stand up, try to brush off some of the muck, and they're like, it's a Spatha. It's an enemy tank. And it is like a Spatha, like the Roman weapon. Alright. We got one more success to do. Currently, Scythe is not invisible anymore, but Rin is, because he did it around later.
I'll pop another invis for Scythe.
Hell yeah.
I got an idea.
I can give you a reroll here.
Don't want to choke at the
Do
final
we
hurdle.
need it?
You rolled.
I will
a
remind you-
1.
It is
Yeah.
a group check.
Yeah.
So for a nat 1 to really
Okay.
matter, like 3 people need to roll a nat 1.
Okay. I'll.
All right, I didn't roll
Okay.
a natural 20 again. I just got a 19.
That's okay, I
Jesus.
took it off you.
Yeah, you got another nat 20. You guys are motivated to follow these people. Alright.
See, Captain, you just gotta follow what I do. I'm good at this.
I'm gonna roll for the one called Morris, the one that he called Angel. Another nat 1 this time for Angel. But that is still fine, because it's not going to be in our... Neither of them are in our top 4. Top 4. Basically, Shaw with the nat 20 is really helpful, but also Refine, Yo, and Rin. Alright, final roll that matters here. Very close. You see a patrol of those Aslanti bots, the ones with the cannons for arms, kind of like in lockstep, marching away. You guys finally come to a rusted out, like sliding bay door looking thing in the walls. To which they motion like, all right, in here. And we are off the streets and maybe safe for now? Alright. Hell yeah. I am going to switch our map. If you guys want to drag yourselves on near the middle, I don't think have I given you guys vision on your tokens yet? I don't think we haven't done a lot of lighting that we've needed it. I don't think we have, so go ahead and just drag and drop your people in. And I will adjust our lighting needs accordingly. Alright. Whoa, roll 20. Come on now, buddy. Old pal. Why are you being silly? All right. I'm gonna go down some lists here. It is lighting in here, but for future reference, we're gonna keep track. Yo, do you have dark vision?
No.
Okay. Just gonna give you vision then. Can you see?
All right.
Oh,
Yep.
I
can
know
see.
what I need to do. I'm a silly boy. I need to make it so I am technically seeing you as well. Even though I am everyone, I'm not always everyone. That probably meant nothing to anybody, but there you go. Cool. Alright, refine, dark vision, remind me. Yay, nay.
Think so, but let me check.
Shaw, do you know if you have it while we're doing stuff?
I do. It's an upgrade I have in my armor.
60 feet.
Might be 30.
30
I'll double
feet.
check.
Yeah, androids have it.
Okay. I'm going to assume 60 unless people tell me otherwise. Or is it 30 for you, Refine? Do you know? I'll say 60 for now.
Minus 60.
Okay, I'll assume Refines is as well then. Alright. Fuck, I didn't mean to close that. I am a silly goose today.
It's the end of the week. We're all on the struggle bus.
There we go. Sorry, that was taking forever. It like wouldn't let me close Refine's sheet. Rin, dark vision, yay, nay?
Just low light vision.
Okay. You got it. Scythe, dark vision,
60 feet.
60 feet. You got it.
You have the super eye implants of fuck up
I
a
do have infrared as well.
Tight.
I don't know if that's relevant here, but it is something I have.
Not currently. It has helped you before. Can everyone see the room right now?
Yep, I can see it.
Perfect.
No.
You can't see it?
No, I cannot.
Weird. Alright, well, it'll take me a second to click you again because I tried to open someone else's sheet and roll 20. It doesn't like me looking at your guys' sheets for some reason.
Might need to refresh refine. Might help.
It might be a refresh issue. I will double check it momentarily.
It is not a refresh issue.
I don't know why you're not seeing it then.
Now I can.
Oh, okay. Alright. Cool beans. I will come back to doing that other shenanigans later. Okay. You guys are off the streets for now. They kind of lead you down into this old kind of factory looking floor. Might have been a warehouse. Might have originally had some moving machines. It's been pretty stripped bare at this point. You see that there are other androids looking kind of similar to her around as well. Welding. Looks like they're working on some equipment. There are also certainly more people in the suit like the one that led you guys in here. And he's like, all right. Now that we have time to talk, might be time to introduce you to somebody. Do you guys say anything to them?
Carl looks at. I'm curious why you accosted us, but then now why you have a little more trust in us. But I'll hear what you have to say first. Given that we seem to be the guests here in your town.
Very well. We're gonna bring you to meet Saro. Alright. Everyone's give me a perception check as you guys are in here.
One day I'll learn to stop closing the sheet.
I feel that. I'll learn to fucking name shit better. Where's my naming convention? What am I doing with my life? This is wildly unhelpful. Alright. So what do we got here? We got 25, 24, 25, nat 20 from Rin. On the nat 20, you certainly look around and see that while there are other people in here working, they most assuredly are keeping an eye on all of you. There is a deep sense of unease here. That being said, there is less hostility than you might think. Okay. As you all get to the end of the hallway over here, he's the one that was called Angel, knocks on this door, and I cannot find this motherfucker's token to save my life, but he is ostensibly standing here. You guys see the door open, and a man in just incredibly elaborate purple armor, kind of bedecked in spikes. He has a sword that even in the scabbard seems to be trailing purple smoke. You guys see the one that they call Saro, who they both salute as he exits.
Nice.
Is he a Rune Lord?
Is he a Rune Lord? Hey, you know.
Yeah,
who's
I
to
hope
say?
that'd be deep. That'd be in deep trouble if that's the case.
Just a quick question. These guys aren't like we learned they're not androids. They're just in like suits, right?
The one in the mask was. The other one seems very much an android.
Oh, okay.
The one that he was calling Angel. Who are this lot then? You see, they both, after they salute, they kind of do like a little bow. Okay. We found these ones. They were over at the Neon Novitiate. So they were drinking. So what? Well, one of our friends overheard them making some deals for a lot of supplies. We were worried. It sounded perhaps like they were asking for supplies for, hidden groups, and we began to worry that maybe they were plants by the Aeon Throne. Kind of like looks you guys over and like, well, do you work for the throne?
Very much no.
Definitely not. Look, and Yo manages to peel themselves from the wall. And it's like, here, allow me to introduce myself. And they'll hold out a card. And here, I am Yo Julia Sabu, 8th rank of the Aspis Consortium, apprentice to the Great Lupin III, and communications officer for our ship, the Argent Horizon.
We were on trade mission when I don't know how much you've heard about the goings on off-world, but there seems to be some problems with the drift, and we're stuck in system at the moment, as it were.
We had heard a little bit of it, but we currently do not have any atmospheric capable vessels. It's a rather ragtag operation at the moment. You say something's big is going down. Do you know what? Is it just with the drift?
Yeah, as we can tell, hard to say. We were in transit. Our ship was essentially consumed by entropy and was forcefully expelled into real space in essentially the middle of nowhere.
Well, I mean, they might consider it somewhere. It was, it wasn't near here, but it was, relatively near here.
Yes. So, it's hard to tell at this point. Our engines were burned out and we're making repairs, but we, until then, it's more the issue of we feel that the drift itself has been causing a great many problems, and for that, until then, we're stuck here. So, not knowing how long, we're simply looking to get some supplies. That was our only reason at the bar.
Kind of cocks his head. Would you be willing to answer the same under a zone of truth?
Yes. I got nothing. Out of character, I plan to not mention the biocracy folks unless specifically asked. But Shaw will say, I got nothing to hide. We're marooned in system. Unless if anybody else objects, but I think we're in with these folks. I'd rather stay on their good side.
He nods and he turns towards the one with the red eyes, like, grab a Moros that can cast it. Yes. He stalks off, and pretty soon another one comes back. You see this one pops its faceplate off. Seems to be still has Lanty. Seems to be kind of a gaunt-looking woman. And he's like, I can cast that spell. Very good. Kind of snaps his fingers, and you see she does like a little chant, holds out her hands, and a spiraling circle of Thassilonian runework starts around her body and expands into a 20-foot circle around you guys. Now that we are magically inclined, and if anyone wants to try and resist this effect, you could make a will save. They are not guaranteed to notice if you do, but there's a chance that they will.
Shaw will let it happen.
Right? Yo, that is most assuredly a fail.
Are you able to... Is one able to just, like, not talk while in the zone of truth?
Like, just keep your mouth shut?
Or... Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't... It doesn't make you talk.
Okay. In that case, Refine will just willingly fail.
Okay. More an issue of just, like, is it, like, okay, this person's just not saying anything in the skull that makes them tell the truth. Alright. Cool.
Just answer every question with a question.
Yeah, for real. He is going to, now that you're ensorcelled, I will ask again. But neither you nor any of your companions work for the Imperators or the Aeon Throne, or any facet therein of the Aslanti Star Empire.
We do not.
Alright, he kind of, like, looks at the woman who cast it, she nods. Good. My soldiers, my freedom fighters, found you all securing a bead on supplies. From my understanding of their work, it would appear to me that you are securing supplies on a scale that means you are either going to be here for quite a long time, or that there are more of you than this band. Are there more of you?
I submitted, so Shaw would say yes.
We have no idea how long we're marooned here for. We've already mentioned that we got trapped here. Like
You
we
said
were
there
sucked
was
out of the drift,
trouble.
right?
You didn't say exactly what happened.
We were pulled from the drift. We didn't intend on coming here. We have no idea how long we're going to be stuck here for.
Kind of looks like hard. He's got a full helmet on, just not moving. Hard to read that. But after a pause, he will say, "Are you aware of how you were pulled out of the drift? And was this something that you think just kind of happened, or is this a capability of the Aslanti?"
I have no idea. We had been having drift the drift had become tumultuous for the last several months, regardless. This seemed to be for lack of a better term, the ultimate evolution of that. I've never seen this travel get so unstable.
He does kind of nod. I had known things were getting pretty bad out there in terms of travel, but this would, as you say, perhaps a much higher degree.
I put it to you this way: if this is the Aslanti, then this is something on a scale the entire galaxy should be afraid of. But I don't think it is.
Very well. You are not Aslanti, and you came here with more people. You say you are traders. Are the people with you traders as well?
They're not. I prefer not to. I hope you'll excuse some professional courtesy, but they're refugees. I prefer not to say more than that, if you're okay with that.
They got blown up by the Aslanti. Oh, their planet did.
Their planet was entirely destroyed?
The colony was. Just the city.
How does the planet?
Nah, it was just this.
I mean, just
Well, city's a strong word, Jim. I mean, it was the trading post and then, like, a huge fucking radius around. Like, you could see that part of the planet was, like, turned to glass from orbit because it was so superheated.
Yeah. Their colony was glassed.
Nuked from orbit.
Their war technology grows more dangerous by the day. They are stepping up things around here. I'm not sure how much you know about our planet. Do you know much of
We know very
Noct
little.
Perdura?
We know very little of Aslant as a whole. Generally speaking, among the Pact worlds of the Vescaria, we are very much told to keep clear. Folks coming here uninvited tend to meet an untimely demise.
Pact worlds certainly have riled them up over the years. Very well. Kind of pauses, drums his fingers on the hilt of his sword. Unlike the art, his sword is still sheathed. He's not, like, combat ready. Well, Noct Perdura, our little home here. The Arsadux has been known to bend the rules, imports, exports, that sort of thing. Gives him more for his little kingdom of the system. Recently, him and his men have overseen specific shipments that have us concerned. He looks back at Scythe now. He's like, you might have seen those two act pretty hostile towards you when they spotted you at this little exchange.
Declaration, I was also hostile to them.
You hear like a faint like, huh. Well, I can presume you are not a sickle. These are bots that
Answer.
Yes.
No. Not a sick. I destroy sickles.
Interesting. You are a SRO like them, yet so like in design, but you hunt them? Why?
Answer. They are inferior. They give me a bad name.
You see like some of the nearby angels like look over and like look at each other like that's crazy. Okay. Hell yeah. Well, I will say this. The Aslantia has plenty of killing machines. But I am a little unclear as to why the Arsadux would have imported a fair number of these sickles. I don't really know what he intends to do with them, but I know he has used them at least a few times in trial, silencing dissenters around the city.
Straw grimaces a little bit. Has he been known to have dealings with the Edge Corp before?
But then he kind of tilts his head. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar.
I looked to Scythe. It was the Corp that was the... Actually, wait, did Scythe tell us that Edge Corp was the... Can't remember that.
I think if they're a popular enough bot, there's a chance you've just known that.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, dude.
I think it might have been like inferred. I believe when we first met, part of the reason I thought we should get together was because we both had grievances against Edgecourt.
That's true.
So,
Oh, yeah. And then also, I guess I would have known that they were an Edge Corp model because Severana Severana would have mentioned that as well, since she had a couple.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
that's true.
either subtext or just plain text, but it was there somewhere.
Okay.
Fair enough.
There are corp from the Pact Worlds, and without putting too fine a point on it, they seem like the sort of folks your Ossiducks might want to have dealings with.
Well, if he was foolish enough to risk making a deal with a Pact Worlds corporation, he must have something big planned. And there must be something going on for him to take such a risk. Something I doubt the Imperators would ever approve of. What do you know of Aslant? Do you know who these people are, how they came to be out here in the stars?
Very little. They're not instructed much by. Like I said, most folks in the Pact World simply know to steer clear of Aslanti space. That's about it.
Ben.
Yes.
Given my history, like the Aslant would have been there like around the same time, right?
I would say so.
Okay, so like I know of Aslant and how they came to be.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
Oh no, I was just wondering.
Okay. He basically on the map it's a little small for you guys to fit, but he like beckons you guys into his office to sit down. Aslant was a powerful nation, almost an empire, on Old Galarian before the Gap. During a disastrous apocalyptic event, some of them thought they had found a particular way to escape. They manipulated the boundaries between worlds to enter what they thought was a minor plane within the inner sphere, perhaps some sort of pocket domain in one of the elemental planes. Hard to say. It became clear after a contingent of them went through the portal and it shut down behind them that eventually this was not a new plane, rather a continuation of the near infinite material plane, simply far removed from where they had been. Much like other humans, other species, they built up, they grew, they evolved. They developed stellar travel. But unlike your, call it a melting pot of the Pact Worlds, the Aslanti still clung to some of the teachings of the homeworld. They believed they are, and they still believe this, superior to not only other humans, any other sons, daughters, or descendants of Galarian, but improvements on any species in the vast and farther. Before the final days, before the fall of Aslant, there was a visionary, a man who was sick and tired of the elitism and restrictive nature of Aslan society, its moral failings, and left to found a glorious nation known as Thassilon. A nation that embodied virtues over all else. If anyone wants to give me like a culture check on that, see if anyone knows like about how Thassilon kind of continued after this. All right, we got 22, 15, 14, 15, 13. Okay.
Not great.
This is the first you guys are probably... Okay, Refine. Glimmer of a thing. The only thing you've ever heard about old Thassilon back on Galarian before the Gal, however many... Who knows how many years ago, is that it was like a fucked up empire of debauchery and sin. But this guy is touting it to be like a relative paradise of virtues. Do you think Refine does anything with that? Okay. Yes, indeed. Generosity, zeal, charity, love, humility, kindness, temperance. All virtues under Emperor Jin. Many, many years ago, when all of this happened, unbeknownst to the contingent of Aslanti, some of Jin's followers were amongst that fortunate or unfortunate group, depending on how you look at it, that went through. They have simmered in the background all these years. I was raised as a believer in the Thassilonian Liberation Front. We are of Aslanti blood, but we are not of that stale, xenophobic empire. We believe that the Aslanti throne should be subsumed by the virtues of Jin. Unfortunately, as are many things in this universe, only violence can have changes. I worry that Emperor Jin would have disdain for what we do here. But do what we must. The Aslanti throne and its imperators cannot continue their expansion unchecked, spreading their ill-conceived philosophies across the stars. But alas, as you might imagine, there are not many of us. We could always use assistance.
How long before the gap did the Thassilon Empire exist?
I mean, we don't know how long the gap was. Is part of the problem. But if you're looking at Pathfinder timeline, at least, you would know that Thassilon fell around like minus 5200 AR, which is Absalom Reckoning. The current year in Pathfinder is like 4800 something AR. So near 10,000 years before Pathfinder modern day was when Thassilon fell. And then who knows how long it was between Pathfinder modern day and Starfinder.
Right.
I mean, you guys roll your characters if you can find more like knowledge on this. You're welcome to do some research on it.
When we're not in this guy's room, I might. For giggles, this is not going to go well, but I would like to try and sense motive to see if I'm getting... I mean, I imagine this guy's going to be extremely difficult to read, but... about as good as I get.
Sense motive, right? On a 22. This guy is... I mean, he seems earnest, but he is wearing a full faceplate, carefully guarding his voice. This is a hard man to read.
tells me he's some degree of professional, at least.
Look, we are not the only cell of Liberation Front that exists. At least I hope not. I must presume that the others on various worlds and different Aslanti systems are still functioning. We have become rather hard-pressed here as security has increased, and indeed we have not wanted to leave for these past many months as we try to understand what the Archdux Gregor is doing here. But if you and your refugees could be convinced to treat with us, perhaps there are favors we could exchange. Any aid you might give us in communications would be much appreciated. And he, gestures around. My angels and my Muros are limited. I only have so many. I could always use capable fighters, and from what those two said today, you really tore apart that Stellar Scout.
Shaw chuckles. We've been in a few scraps, that's for sure.
Did the other two even get licks in, or was it just us?
No, I think you guys killed it before they did, anything.
Just ran his fade. Stole his chase.
So, I'll look to the crew. Do we want to take a moment to discuss that? I think I have no so I don't want to. This is a big decision. I'd like us all to be up to discuss it. I'm okay
He'll
with
stand
business.
up and he's like, I can give you all a moment. And he strides out, closing the door behind him.
Thank you. And I'll thank him on the way by. I'm still assuming we're being listened to, but what do we think?
He's gonna kind of pile you guys
It's gonna
in the
be.
door.
What do we think? This is gonna be even once drift travel is restored, this would be quite a bit more dangerous than I think quite what we originally planned, even if we were out and doing trading out in the rim. But, and I'll look to refine, I do have a soft spot for the underdog. So, but this is a group thing. I want to make sure we're all good with what we feel like doing here.
I mean, we need allies. We're stranded here with no way out. And I think whatever we do, we're going to have to deal with the Atlantes one way or another. That fairly certain they're the ones blocking us from traveling.
I'm not so sure, given that they lost a bunch of their ships in the drift. But even if that's not the case, we all saw that ship, and somehow I doubt that's the only one. The Pact Worlds and even the Vescarium won't be able to handle that kind of firepower. I'll look to the others. What do you all think?
A declaration. The Aslanti are troublesome meatbags and should be shot.
Reasonable.
I think
stance.
we need to be clear about what we will be getting in exchange for services rendered.
I agree.
I think particularly if aiding them aids us in, let's say, our group travel plans, that would certainly be beneficial, as I think that's our primary concern at the moment.
Agreed.
Yeah, Yo will nod and say, like, yeah, I'm with her fine on this. It's like, you can't. It's like, look. Remember what my mentor Lupin told me is that, look, you can do the right thing, but that doesn't mean you have to do it for free.
That we definitely agree.
I think the important thing is getting out of here alive. We're gonna need help for that.
Agreed. All right. Let's go have a word with them and see if they have. But I agree with. Yeah. Okay. If we're all in agreement, let's go talk to them then.
Alright, you guys head back out. Well, how do things stand now?
I think we need allies here. I think we'd be willing to work with you. We'd be interested to know what you'd be offering as payment, but Shaw offers a smile, and just as I mentioned to my colleagues, I do have a soft spot for the underdog, and perhaps I can offer some information as well if you can help us out. But yeah, we'll work with you.
Sorry. Very well. I have plans to make. These two can fill you in on some more of the details. He'll stomp away. This one takes off his mask again. It's the same one you guys met earlier. She'll come up as well. Cyber's taking notes on what you guys are doing here. The one with the red-eyed visor holds out his hand for you guys to shake. He says, "Hi, my name is Dur."
Shaw will shake it. Shaw, captain of the Argent Horizon.
The one that they were calling Angel nods her resolution. I'm Athera.
Yeah. Yo will hand out a business card to both of them and do their whole spiel.
Mm-hmm.
But being still kind of drunk, it's like they're still kind of little wobbly. It's like, excuse, and then just quickly if you'll excuse me, I think the wall needs some support over here.
They kind of nod. Like, honestly, I'm amazed that one made it so far in the retreat. That was crazy. But I was like, look, we need to find out more about what they're up to here. Sounds like you all need to get supplies off planet. We could try to teach you some of the safe tips and tricks for doing that as part of payment. We have limited resources we could offer, but at the very least, any help you aid us against Aslanti forces, there is typically a bounty of gear to be taken from them.
All right. What kind of items are you usually looking for, or do you usually have on offer? I should say.
I'm sure we could probably scrounge up some items for you all. Maybe some armor upgrades. Maybe some weapons or some modifiers. A couple magic items, maybe. If you put in a request, we can try to get it, or at least get something similar.
What do you know about the other Arceduxes?
Of the other systems?
For example, if we were to ask you for information on a specific one of them, would you be able to obtain some of it?
They kind of glance at each other, or you assume she does. She has no eyes, but looks in this direction. I mean, don't have an entire comprehensive knowledge of them, but if you threw something at us, I could try to know.
So I'll look to refine. You think we mentioned who we had our last discussion, our last run-in with?
I mean, I think it might be worth asking once services have been rendered and we know them a bit better if they know anything.
Yeah.
Was there a specific Arcidux you had in mind? Or are you just wondering?
For now, just hypothetical.
I think once we get better understanding of each other, we can have a little more discussion. But we've run into some interesting characters, and some of them are from Aslan lately. So as we get getting to know each other better, I'd be willing to share a bit more. And then so I hope you understand.
It's alright. I get it. Look, I could offer some mission ideas if that's what you're needing. We certainly have stuff we could use help with.
Let's hear it.
Well, for one, how do I put this? There's a landing pad in town. It's on one of the nicer skyscrapers. We caught wind that there might be some more high-ranking Aslanti scientist that's going to be using that thing soon. If you could intercept them and bring them to us, maybe some of our spells get some more information out of them. See what the hell Gregor is even doing in the system.
I thought he was in charge of this system.
I think
Oh,
he's
he
looking
is,
for...
but I don't know what he's up to. What, he's gonna let this planet be a sinkhole for illicit supplies for, I don't know, decades now? And then just all of a sudden get way more involved in its goings on? Not exactly a standard operating procedure for him.
What is his typical standard operating procedure?
I mean, typically, it's staying up in his fancy palace. And, well, it usually leaves a lot of stuff up to his officers and, yeah, sorry. Basically his military advisors run things while he is sitting pretty, sipping on fancy wines and enjoying the best magic the Aeon Throne has to offer.
So he's just kind of a nepo baby?
I mean, look, I'd say a good percentage of hereditary rulers aren't exactly the cream of the crop, oftentimes.
Well, I'm not disagreeing there. I'm just trying to get a sense of, is he the type who would be motivated by, seeking military conquest, or is he the type who's probably in it for the cash?
Maybe some cash for me on the side. He's certainly done that here by using this planet. But besides Noct, I mean, his other worlds are a bit more traditional in the system. I think it's less about money with him, more about just the auspices of power. Power itself. If he thinks he's found some way to secure more power, I imagine he'd hop, skip, and jump at the chance.
Wonder if he's looking to the sides to fill in his security here if he needs Aeon forces off-world.
He's got a good amount of forces here, although the other planets in the system are certainly more staffed with various ships, weapons, soldiers, that type of thing.
Let's get the information on where this landing pad is and see if we can't help you get some of that information then. I think... Yeah. So is that on... So that's here on this... On Noct will be where this is... Where this ship is coming in?
Where this scientist is staying and gonna catch a ride up to, I think, an orbiting ship, if my intel's right.
Sorry, an orbiting ship.
That's right.
This might actually be slightly more relevant for us. What can you tell us about the orbiting ship?
Not a lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's part of his personal fleet. The fleet that
Military
defends the system.
vessel? Big
Oh.
or small?
Certainly a military vessel. I mean, he's got a couple different types of ships in his fleet. If I had to take a guess, I mean, could be a Vanguard Sanctum vessel.
Does he have any of the big dreadnoughts in system?
Oh, you mean like big old flagships? No. But he has quite a capable fleet of primarily a lot of carriers. Have you ever seen a Sumter before?
Yeah, we had a run-in with one.
Yeah. He's got a lot of Sumters to deploy troops at pretty rapid speeds. He's even got at least one Nexus. A Nexus, for you folk who aren't familiar, a Nexus is like a Sumter carrier, but a couple sizes bigger. But no, if I had to guess, this is more than likely a Vanguard Sanctum. They're a large freighter ship. Not overly fast, but certainly well armed and sturdy. Good for transporting dignitaries planet to planet. Or in this case, whatever. Who knows what this scientist is doing for him, but if he's getting a aircraft transfer up to one of them, it can't be good.
I wonder if they're... Shaw kind of thinks about it for a second. Wonder if they're bringing him up to orbit to figure out what's going on with the drift travel.
Could be. Angel Ethera. Well, I mean, he's been here longer than that. I mean, he could have been brought in from a different system to figure out the drift problems when things were getting worse. But he's already been here. He was here before whatever crashed you all out of the drift. Now, they could be calling up to orbit to solve that. I mean, that's certainly possible. I just think it's relevant to note he's been here for a while.
You're sure bringing him here is a good idea.
Look, we may not have a ton of supplies, but if there is one thing we are good at, it's keeping our hideouts hidden. Otherwise, the Liberation Front would have been stamped out many imperators ago. You see she'll gesture up at some of the walls. Give me a perception check. As she like gestures up like the ceiling and the walls. Anything clearing a 25 You see there's a lot of runes up there, things that look like her, not, she didn't do this, the other caster that you guys had the spell cast on you from. Similar runes to what she did appear to be both magically placed on the surface of the various metals in here, and like some are like carved, etched into the metal. You do see at least a couple 7-pointed stars. You see the star one up there? It's a Sihedron. It was Jin's personal heraldry.
I'm sure that was a wonderful and symbolic symbol.
Look, we do our best to follow his 7 virtues of rule.
I think saying that, Refine is like almost trying to like just to mess with them to see if any of them are aware.
You can make another sense motive check, see if you're like, are they, like, is this real?
Well, I mean, because given that Refine is aware of like somewhat what happened to Shin, Refine's a little bit like, yeah, his personal heraldry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of insane for Refine.
That's pretty good for Refine, to be honest. Was that a 19?
About
Yeah,
as good
it's
as
a
it
19.
gets.
I mean, I think on that, you know, good dice roll there, 21. I feel like Refine looks at the pair of them, and they seem to be pretty genuine about this. Like, I don't think she sees any signs that they're, like, obfuscating that, you know, Sid magic completely corrupted the country.
All right.
Would you like us to completely melt your brains with what actually happened to his empire?
Look, if Refine wants to start trying to convince them of the fall of Jin, that's on her.
Refine does not want to start stuff about the whole Jin thing, but Refine is just kind of like, I think Refine's really trying to figure out, like, do none of them know? Do some of them know? Refine's just kind of curious at this point, more so than actually, you know, cares about it.
It's true. It's also like, I mean, Sero made it sound like there was other cells. Like,
yeah.
Does Sero even know what's up? Are there other, like, higher operating cells?
Well, that's the kind of thing where I'm just like, what is the deal here?
We love a good mystery.
The way it sounds like we have to go kidnap a guy.
I'm gonna put it in our Discord server, and just anyone who's watching, feel free to look up Earthfall, and I guarantee this will be one of the first images. But whenever I end up in an article that, like, even tangentially relates to Earthfall, they always use, like, the quintessential Earthfall image, which is from what's it from? It's from, like, one of, like, the small splat books. You know, they release, like, 1 million of them for Pathfinder 1e. And it cracks me up every time. You can literally see the meteor in the background, and the main guy in the foreground is, like, looking, like, to camera. And it's just like, well, fuck. Like, he looks so upset. Hold on, I'm gonna put it in our channel.
This is like that one image of that
Earthfall.jpg.
It's kind of like that image of, like, that one guy who has, like, a tornado in the background and he's looking at the camera.
Yeah.
Out of character, Ben. It was the legally distinct abelisks that did Earthfall, right?
I think they're just called abelisks in Pathfinder as well.
Oh, then yeah. Maybe they've renamed them. Maybe it was like
they may have renamed them
because I know they renamed a lot of things.
They did, but they didn't.
Okay.
Look, I'm gonna keep calling them abelisks because it don't matter for me personally.
I'm still annoyed.
Paizo did say that you know, people can use the old terms however much they want.
I'm still annoyed about the Ooze Demon Lord difference.
I don't remember what it was. Isn't it the same? It's like slightly spelled different or something.
It's slightly spelled different.
I remember we looked this up.
Legally
It's like
distinct.
2 letters off or some shit. It is weird. Um,
It's Jubilex versus Jewyblex.
yeah, but
You just move the I before or after the B.
the aboliths, that is like the reason of Earthfall, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't want to
That's what I
spoil too
thought.
much stuff in case we ever end up going back to that part of 1E, because there's some cool Aslan campaigns. But yeah, basically they were like, what if we just reset everything? And then they tried to call the meteor, and then pretty quickly realized, like, oh, we fucked up. This is gonna be too much. This was a bad call.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean that's how it goes sometimes.
Literally, the only reason that the entire planet didn't shatter is that the previous goddess of the moon pulled the moon out of orbit to partially intercept the comet.
Yeah.
Like, if they hadn't done that, this one race of monsters would have just killed the entire planet. Like, unintentionally.
I really hope that Galarian's Aboleth Empire is like very Greek themed in design.
I
Because if
feel
that
like
isn't the most
Aslan
like
has a lot of Greek inspiration.
to me it's just because like that is the thing about the Greek heroes is the hubris, you know?
Oh yeah, it's all about the hubris. I will say, I think they kind of go back and forth. Like, there's a little waffling on the style, but in my mind, I do often imagine Aslan and Thassilon as kind of like Roman counterparts. But I do think that Aslan has a bit more of the Greek side near the beginning of Rome.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Jin left and kind of perpetrated like a more Roman, like traditionally Roman mindset with Thassilon.
I mean, to me, Thassilon feels very, very Rome because it definitely feels a little bit like, oh yeah, we had the wonderful, perfect republic under Jin, and then they just, betrayed him and did emperor stuff.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Everything went fine.
But it's a bit weird because it's like an inversion, Instead of it being the republic that was good, it's the emperor that was good. Anyway.
Yeah, it's odd. It's odd for sure. Right.
Instead, the Republic version happened to be led by rune lords associated with a particular sin.
Yeah.
Look, we've talked about it on this stream before, and I'll talk about it again. I fucking love the virtue to sin transformation. I think it's such good storytelling.
I think it's a little bit on the nose.
I think it gets to be on the nose because it was like the beginning of Pathfinder.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
Like,
that's very fair.
It's not like they're aping themselves. They're like, this is the story. We get to pick where it starts.
No. That's very fair. Yeah, it is. It's one of those things where I'm like, I sometimes wish they'd give us a little bit more like, we're not literally writing the theme into the naming. You know what I mean?
Sure. I feel like they nailed it with some of the pipelines here. Like, love to lust, sure, easy. I love the pathway, like temperance to gluttony is a great dichotomy there.
I agree with that.
Zeal to sloth, I think that one's also really good. Anyway.
I think it also in a lot of ways makes sense with perhaps which rune lords are still kicking in New Thassilon and which ones are not.
It's true. Okay. I think actually this feels like a good pausing point as they're gonna like basically relay some technical information in a minute about this job. Let's do a quick bathroom break and we'll come back.
All right. Also, I'm not even sure if those can really be called pauldrons. It's more like a backpack.
I like the fact that it at least comes like in terms of it's just gone full circle at that point. It's just gone all the way around and just like yeah, it's completely over the top.
All right. Let's lock and load. Okay, so, they're gonna tell you guys if you're trying to get the scientist. Sorry, excuse me. What the fuck? Okay, never mind. I thought I was losing my mind, but I'm not. Okay. They are gonna let you know. Okay. If you all want, to take this job, you'll be going to the tallest skyscrapers. There are an entertainment district for when the rich come here, basically. Above the smog level, it's a lot of neon and lights and fun, and ignoring the fact that they're sitting on a world of pollutants. You could try to talk your way through the building. You could try to just get to the roof yourselves. I don't know how you want to deal with that.
Most of us can fly to one extent or another, but I have a feeling if we get seen, that's going to be mildly obvious. I'll look over to Yo. You think you could talk us through the front door?
Oh, sure, Captain. I can talk my way into and out of anything.
After you sleep it off, but yes.
I don't know what you're talking about, Captain. I'm doing fine. Excuse me. You see them run off towards the bathroom.
Alright, well, once he's back, once they are back, you can, well, I suppose you could rest here, or,
I do. What's the time frame on this? I guess.
do you guys not have any alchemist kindness on you?
I just look at him blankly.
You see that, Ethera's like, well, of course you do. Fucking, whatever. You see he pulls out, he's like, can you give me a glass of water? She brings a glass of water. He pulls out, looks like kind of like a Crystal Light packet, and dumps it into the water, and it starts to, like, fizz violently yellow. Once Yo gets back, he's like, you, drink this.
Oh no, I know what this is. This is like a truth serum, isn't it? I'm not telling you any of my secrets.
No,
We're
we just did a zone of... Look, it's called Alchemist Kindness. It'll get rid of your drunkenness and no hangover.
Yeah, you would just sort of like squints them to be like, all right, but if this better not be like some sort of like hazing prank or something that you all are doing, and just sort of like points each their fingers at each of you.
Doer is just like, I simply don't care enough for that.
All right, and then they'll just suddenly like just gulp down the whole thing.
Okay. You feel significantly less drunk, maybe a little tipsy still, and you're not going to be hungover. Maybe a little tipsy now, no penalty though.
Shaw chuckled. Good to know. It's like, let's. I think next time we avoid the mystery drink. That stuff kicks like a shotgun.
Yeah, you should really
To be fair,
ready.
you always get stuff that looks like it will,
Look, being in the military, you pick up a few habits, and I've been the last few months we've been in the pack roll, and Severana prefers the champagne. I wanted something with a little bit more kick to it.
I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying I don't think that you're necessarily the concern about drinking something that's going to.
It's like, look, and Yo's certainly gathered like most of their like faculties, like like the colors back in their face, at least whatever face you can see. It's like, look, I wanted to, belong with like the captain, and I couldn't read whatever language was on that chalkboard, so I just pointed at something that looked cool.
That is a crazy way to drink.
Well, now I know that.
Look, here's the address. Just go cautious. They shouldn't be looking for you all specifically. Keep it going.
All right. But one thing, though, and you'll step forward. Like, I don't think he's followed us, or I guess me, out to these parts. But if you see an elf wearing a fedora, you didn't see me, all right?
Very, very well. I will keep that in mind. You guys want to head toward the entertainment district. As you come across a series of skyscrapers, you quickly find the one they were talking about. I mean, this thing is dozens and dozens of floors up. It's huge. How are you trying to get to the top?
I'm assuming there's sentries and drones and stuff flying around.
You see a lot of drones flying around every now and then.
Yeah, I think flying a scale on this thing's probably out of the question.
Teleport.
You see that? Can we see the top from here? Enough that he can get a.
We don't need to see it. He's got miles of range. I think the bigger question is it warded against us teleporting in? Or if someone, magically teleports in, will we immediately have people upon us?
How many spells do you have left?
Oh, tons. I only used like a couple twos and a third. I have.
I
Loads.
forget. We're back to Pathfinder 1 levels of spell casting. This is fantastic in terms of number of spells available.
You love to see it.
It's not just Force Barrage.
It's not just Force Barrage. You do indeed see several Aslanti drones. These are basically the size of like hover cars. Some of these are the ones that were chasing you guys that were like deployed almost like shoals of fish out of the Emerald Dominion. I will show you guys a handout for them if it lets me load it. There we go. These are Clockworks drones.
Oh, those are cool looking.
Well, I mean, they're cool because there's an X in the name.
Yeah, that's how you can tell. I love the idea of, like, we're the most superior offshoot of humanity with a legacy going back thousands of years. Gotta put that X in there. It's fucking cool as shit, bro.
You guys gotta go for the edge.
Gotta put the X in. Just as Lanty superiority, they know what's up. Okay.
So this is the tallest one. There's. I mean, teleporting is an option. My initial thought is that I think perhaps we see if we can talk our way up, and then if things go horribly wrong, we just teleport up. Then we could teleport up there. I'm worried about triggering an alarm before we find this guy. I guess is more the issue.
Do you guys have any way to get a perception check on? I mean, you're trying to like get to the roof, basically. Do you have any way to get eyes up there?
Let's see.
I mean, what's his name has the augmentation that lets you put an arcane eye somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just checking the range on it.
I agree, though. If possible, talking our way in, I think, is the best option.
Then we have the teleport reserved if we need to, like, immediately yoink up to the top.
Right. As you guys approach the front, then trying to go in the front. I mean, it is not locked. There is a lobby. It appears this is like. Sorry, excuse me. Effectively, it's like one of like those long stay hotels, like that you purposely rent out for months at a time. You see, there's a receptionist. Honestly, like you down here on the bottom floor. Once you get, it's still kind of dank down here, but once you get inside, it's definitely nice. Like this is the entryway to the luxury life on Noct. See this Aslanti woman, pretty young, probably like in her late 20s or early 20s, wearing like a blue fitted blazer. Oh, hello. Are you all looking to check in?
Yeah, I guess Yo just wearing like their regular attire will just sort of like, adjust their bow tie with like two hands, make sure it looks nice and straight, and just hold on to their lapels like here, doing their best to put on look posh and haughty as they walk up, and they'll put on like, yes, my good madam, my friends and I here are looking for your finest suite. We've recently finished a job, and we're looking to celebrate.
Oh, very well. It could be one of our penthouses. The final 3 floors of this building, each floor is its own full penthouse. That will be, let's see, for the penthouse and for all of you staying, multiple occupancy charge, should we call it 35,000 credits for the month?
A month? I'm like, well, we didn't think we were planning to stay that long. Maybe for a few days, maybe a week.
I'm so sorry. This is only a long-term occupancy dwelling place. The minimum you can pay for is a month.
How much is it for the month?
35,000 credits. For the penthouse, as they asked for.
There it is.
Is there a problem? You made it sound like you wanted the best of the best. I merely wish to provide these services to you.
Of course. Now, they'll quickly research stuff. It's like, and were you expecting payment up front or installments? How does that work at this establishment?
Oh, up front.
So what you're telling me is you
Yes.
expect me to spend 35,000 credits, sight unseen, for a month in a penthouse? What sort of shady establishment are you running here?
Give me a diplomacy check.
All right, sure. $27.
I'm very sorry. Look, I could show you all up to the penthouse if that would be helpful. You could take a look around before making your purchase.
All right, very well. I suppose that seems fair.
All right. I'm afraid the top floor is taken for the next month, but I could bring you to the second highest floor.
Oh, I guess that will have to do.
Very well. Follow me, please. Should we see this like fancy silver with green highlights elevator? One of those rapid elevators, like whoop, gets you up so quick to the top. You open the door, and she puts like a special key card as this elevator basically goes straight to an entire floor that's a suite. So the moment you step off the elevator, it's this big open space with huge windows. There are like bright neon buildings all around you. Amenities are beautiful. There's like a sunken tub in one corner with like clearly multiple jets, full bar, all of this stuff. I'll bring you guys to a new map here. We're obviously not on the top floor yet, but just so you can kind of see the background. Will this do? As you can see, well worth the 35,000.
Yo starts looking around, just like, I see.
Indeed.
Does seem rather, very good furniture, very high quality. Definitely very well kept, yes. And what sort of amenities are you offering at that price point?
You will, you can have 3 meals a day per person, obviously, sent as just a gratuity to the room. It's included. You have all of the wonderful virtual facilities. There's a lovely computer station over there in the corner. A world-class spa bath, if I do say so. Yes, those are many of them. If you can coordinate, you'd have to let us coordinate with the person above you on your behalf. But there is a sweet helipad on the roof, and I suppose if you could arrange something with the top floor, we might be able to let you use that as well.
Yes. Very interesting. If you could just give me a moment to confer with my colleagues here.
Of course. You see, she like bows and takes a step back.
All right. Then I'll go to rejoin the others. Like, all right, all right, so we got us in, but, we're probably not going to let us get in here for long.
That is true. What do you guys do?
Rin, can you have a look and see what's up on the helipad? Can you do the eye thing?
Yeah, I'll pop out an arcane eye.
All right. You send that eye over to the roof. No one's up there now, but you see this. I mean, now we can. You guys look around here. There's a spacious, like, couch area. There's places with views. It seems like there are both railings and kind of like hollow shields around the various viewing sections, so that like you can look out and be safe, and it kind of cuts down on the wind at this height. And you see that there currently is a rather nice hover car. It's a shuttle, really. I would say if you want to give me an engineering check, or you could try and describe it to the others, and they can make engineering checks. It'll just be a higher DC.
And really, it's me describing it to Refine.
Okay. Refine if you want to make one.
The one I have to choose. Which one?
Which one for what?
Because I do
Sorry, you're cutting out.
decent engineering, but
Refine. Yeah.
I said I do have decent engineering. But I know Refine's is crazy.
Refine is crazy indeed.
Could I use my squad leader ability to help someone out here?
Sure. You're like, those sounds like this kind of model. So effectively on a 46. Yeah, I mean, Refine. This is you would assume that this is like a luxury vehicle. I mean, it's not. You haven't seen one like it in the Pact Worlds, really, because it's certainly an Aslanti make. He seems like rich Aslanti, but this is certainly an atmosphere-capable shuttle. Like, whoever has this could fly up to orbit. But yeah, a lot of money. Atmosphere-capable is like the big takeaway here. Aslanti make.
Oh, yeah.
The woman's like, are you all still conferring?
I know that my friend here said we're celebrating, and we are, but I'm a bit concerned. If we do spend a whole month here, I will have to do some work. I'm slightly concerned about privacy in a room with such beautiful views.
Oh, that's no problem. You can dim the windows at any time.
Okay. And there's no way for anyone to, steal data or anything through your systems.
I am not part of our IT department, I will admit, but I know that our building and company keeps up with the highest of firewall standards and the like. If you're using our personal computing station up here, it should be all as secure as you're used to.
I think Refine will just turn to Yo and say, Do you think I mean, I don't know, given what we've been working on, do you think it's I mean, trusting staff who doesn't necessarily know seems like a bit of a difficult proposition here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hearing that, they'll stroke their chins through the face mask, like, yes, but don't give them too hard of a time. Not everyone knows the intricacies of information technology, but here we can always do our own sort of penetration testing. And you see Yo pulls out of their pocket something that is meant to look it's really just like standard data pad, but it's like they make it act like it's it's like here. So this is what I really want to tell you. You see, we're not just any yes, here. You see, we're here. The main office has sent us to do a bit of a test of the security system here. And no, I know you didn't hear about it, but that's why it's
You
called a
see that she's, like,
surprise
midway saying it.
inspection. All right.
Ooh, hit him with the old surprise inspection. Give me a
Mm-hmm.
give me a bluff check.
All right. As I do this, I'm gonna go ahead and bust this out because you see, I have a hidden agenda.
I fucking love envoys. Just such an
All right,
insane class.
So let me go ahead and roll that bluff there.
Okay, whatever creatures.
All right, not too bad.
They have
29.
to roll twice and take the worst of the two results. Okay. Let me roll with disadvantage here. God damn it. One of them's a 19 on the dice, and there's a 2 on the dice.
Yes.
She, like, straightens up and, like, adjusts her blazer. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
Yes, I know you didn't have any idea. That's the point, darling.
You're right. Of course. If there's anything I can do, I would hate to have our building look bad to head office. You all are... So you'll be staying here for the inspection?
Yes, we'll be inspecting,
I'm gonna...
and then, well, yes. Miss Refine here is actually our resident IT expert. So if you could please run the staff here through what you'll be doing.
It's... Refine's just gonna start going into, like, needlessly technical detail right now about...
Give me just give me an engineering check, honestly, or a computers check. Her eyes are so glazed over. just entirely, just full disassociation from what you're saying. Like, you see in her eyes, like, for the first, like, couple sentences, she's like, this literally might make or break my job, and whether I move up in this company, I simply have to pay attention. And then you get to, like, the 5th sentence, and she's, like, just staring at the wall behind you, like, not looking at you.
All for psychic damage.
She's like, that, yes, very well. She, like, is so flustered, she, like, salutes, even though it's, like, not a military outfit, and she's like, I will, leave you all to it. If you need anything, you may buzz the front desk, or, she, like, pats her card, she's like, here is my personal card. Feel free to contact me, if you need anything to improve your stay, or have any questions about our lovely facility here.
Yes, yes, thank you. I'll take that, and you'll take the card. And please, the key, if you don't mind.
Of course. She takes a little machine from her belt and just like swipes a new like blank card on it. She's like, this will get you into the suites and everything else you might need access to.
Oh, well, thank you. And though you can't see their mouth, you can sort of tell like how the mask is moving. They have, has like that confident smirk on. You've been wonderful. I'll be sure that your supervisor knows how cooperative you've been with us.
I really appreciate that. If you just put a good word in for me, I would really appreciate it.
Yes, yes. Now, I wouldn't want to keep you from the desk. Now, please, please. And they'll just sort of like start waving them off with their 4 hands.
They like she just like backs into the elevator as quickly as possible, just gets out of there. Truly just thinking like, okay, anything else I do is just not gonna benefit my case for a better job right now. Okay, you guys have fully lied your way into this penthouse. What's up?
It's amazing. All right.
What will you do?
Shaw looks over at you. Nicely done.
Well, that's how it works. You just have to act like you belong, Captain, and everything else just falls into place.
Absolutely wild.
Do we know?
We
if
do
this
have to
was-
worry about the car because the car is capable of getting into atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. Do you think? Rafan, do you think SB could get up there and disable its systems until we're ready to make our move?
Could be doable, probably. Probably could be doable.
Do we see anybody? Can we see if anybody? Can we check and see if there's anybody in the upper penthouse? I don't know if we saw that with the arcane eye.
Currently, if people are up there, they have the windows blacked out.
We either need to be ready to. Kind of prefer to use the shuttle for the getaway if we can help it. Did our Liberation Front person tell us what the security was going to be like there?
They weren't sure. They assumed there would be some security if this is like a valuable scientist.
JB just lost power.
Oh no. Oh dear. Yeah, it's supposed to snow like crazy here, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard it's gonna be nuts over there.
Bullshit. It's always bullshit. They always say it's gonna snow an unbelievable amount and it never does.
Truly never does.
And then 3 feet of snow later.
It simply hasn't
How do we wanna-
snowed as much as they said it's going to in, like... I've been living in this part of Virginia for, like, almost a decade now.
So I'll look... Debating if we want... Do we go loud, or do we just... I don't think... we could try and talk our way up, but I think it's...
I think we just got to go for it.
I
I mean, the
think,
big risk is them getting to their helicopter right now.
mhm. Is there...
Well,
I
I think
Go ahead.
the best bet would be to enter from the hover car platform.
Is there any way outside here, Ben? Or is the apartment sealed? Like, I'm assuming they don't want the windows just, like, randomly opening.
It doesn't seem like
Balcony
there's
or
any
anything?
intentional way to open the windows.
No balcony or anything?
There is... You know what? There's a balcony on the one above it, so I believe it. Yeah, there's a balcony.
I mean, if we do that, we can send SB to disable the vehicle through me. Like, I can manually do it through SB.
I think maybe we stage SB up there, and then once she's up there... Because, like, all of us can fly except Yo.
Well, I think it's just a question of how are the security systems they have, right? Like, is it going to go off the second SB sets foot up there?
I'd say you can make a computers check to try like directly connect with the system through the computer terminal. See if you can figure out what kind of alarm systems you're working with here.
Terrible.
Do you want to reroll? I'd rather not set off an alarm through a hack.
I mean, to be fair, like, with the stuff I have, I don't set off the same number of alarms, and I get extra checks to stop alarms from going off.
Okay.
So you become aware of countermeasures that were activated due to your failure. You can then select countermeasures, and with the same DC, if you succeed the second check, you can prevent them from activating.
So are you doing reroll, or do you want to trust your abilities here?
I mean, rerolling is probably good, I assume.
Do you want it, or I can give it to you? Yeah, channel points.
I do not have the channel points, so. It is up to you.
10.
All right.
Okay.
Hit me with another computers roll out.
Okay.
Oh.
There we go.
Ooh, baby.
That's slightly better.
The first one would have failed, and you would definitely would have had to do some countermeasure shenanigans.
Yeah.
Look, usually you guys do worse on the rerolls. What a recovery.
Ben, I was waiting for a 38 on it. I'm not gonna lie.
Look, you guys always manage to go within like one, either up or down.
Yeah.
It's truly insane. Okay, wow, all right, that was very good. You have a sense like there was certainly a lot of like computer alarms here for messing with the system. You bypassed those first of all. You're able to kind of backdoor your way into the security system, and you know that you could disable the lock on the balcony. You could untint the windows if you wanted to, and you could both on balconies and the top roof. If you wanted to, you could remove those energy shields that stop like the high winds. Apart from that, there's no actual like security camera. Like these are like private suites, and you pay for the privacy, so there's no cameras in there. But I think on a nat 20, you are able to hack in enough to just like truly like the back end of systems that aren't like, it's not telling you guest information, but it's stuff like, oh, this many dishes had to be picked up from the room above you, or like
Mhm.
there's this much water has been used by like the shower and the bathroom.
Sure.
Enough
Sure.
back end data that you're pretty confident that either the person living there is having people over a lot, or there's probably a group of like at least 3 or 4 people up there. Maybe more than 4, but like at like a minimum 3-4.
Yeah, there are a number up there. So, I mean, my worry is that if I untint the windows, they're going to instantly call down, and
Yeah, don't do that.
so I'm not going to do that. Maybe we disable the locks on the doors and then teleport up to the other side of the car.
I like that.
Interesting.
So then we're, a little bit hidden from them, and we can disable the car before going in. Or at the very least, we're between them and the car, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm good with that.
Okay.
And we've been to the other base. We have the resistance base. We know where it is, right?
You could probably find your way back there, yeah.
Okay, so then I can just teleport us there if we need an out.
You think you probably teleport nearby. You assume it is warded to not allow teleportation into it.
All right.
All right. Okay, so you are disabling the alarms, and you're trying to teleport up to the roof with now that the shields are down. Is that the plan?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's disabling the locks on the doors, I think was what it was.
Yes, I'd say on that 20, you can do that.
Okay. Yeah.
In that case, I would say if you guys want to deploy yourselves up on this board now, like wherever you want on the roof.
Refine and Espy are probably standing like, I imagine using the mag boots a little bit to make sure there's enough room.
Oof, riding the edge of this platform is crazy. Whoa.
I mean, Refine does have the boots that like lock her to the building.
That is true. Sorry, I tried to load up an archive of Nethys thing and went to 2E Starfinder Nethys, and like it's a different website design entirely, and in my brain like shut down.
Oh, that's concerning.
I'll link it in a second, but I tried to look up like various types of weapons, and it loaded this link, and I was like, what?
Oh, I don't like that. I do not like that.
Yeah, see? Hold on, let me put it in the chat.
I do not like that.
I don't like that you have to like hit the tab on the side to get the drop down. This is bad.
It's in the same. I guarantee you, what they did is they took basically the same thing that they did in the 2E version of Pathfinder.
Pathfinder 2E is in the old archive of Nethys, and it doesn't look like this.
Yeah, but I hate that.
No, they're in the same system. It is exactly like this.
Oh, it looks similar, but I don't know. Just the art and the blank white and blue is not doing it for me compared to 2E.
I agree that it's worse than the 2E one, but they function similarly.
Ugh. I'm sorry, Archive. I do love you. You are like the best resource. but like the color scheme's not doing it for me at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
it's
do
not the
agree with
resource I
visual
use for
design.
1E.
I love Archive because it has all the official stuff.
I like it as well.
There are other
But
things like PFSRD that will have language changed on datasheets sometimes. Datasheets, I'm too Warhammer pilled. On I mean a lot of things because they don't actually have the license, but they licensed all of this stuff to the creators of Archives. They have like the official text of everything.
I like the SR. I agree, Archives is nice because it has the technical stuff. I like the SRD because I find that oftentimes it is easier to find what I'm looking for. Because there's some things about
There's definitely
Archives that are
pluses
just
and
a
minuses to
pain.
both, I will say.
Yeah. Like, if you go to the Barbarian class, right, and then you hit Rage Powers on Archives for first edition, it's totally useless.
It's admittedly not great.
Because you have to then go into, like, a subcategory of Rage Powers, and there's a lot of stuff about it that's, like, it would be easier if you just organized this in a way that was more player friendly than the way you have it.
Yeah.
But
either
way.
So you guys begin positioning yourselves to lie in wait. Presumably the people who come up here will be coming through this blue door over here. Do you are you gonna be out in the open, Scythe? You can be.
That's where the grenades are getting thrown, though.
Truly, this is an insane grouping of the party.
Well, I will say, like, if you are grenades, like...
I was under the impression the plan was to, like, try and disable the car and then go wait further in.
You want? I mean, yeah. If you want to try to disable the car, now you can make an engineering check.
You guys think that's a good idea?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. I do effectively have advantage on this because of where is it? This one.
Saboteur. Okay.
All right. Well, 8 and 4.
Here's what I'm gonna give you on a 37 here for a fine. I think this does disable the shuttle, but because you didn't roll as high, you've disabled it in such a way that you couldn't like flip a switch and you guys hop it in and get away. Like it'll take you a couple minutes to like get it flight ready.
Sure.
Like you certainly stop it flying right now, but it's like it's an issue of like you like cut the right things and move stuff around, and weren't able to leave yourself as clean of a back door as usual.
Okay.
All right, I would say once that's disabled, if you guys want to spread out, pick wherever you're gonna be. Your intel thinks this guy's gonna be leaving pretty soon. God, I have so many. I got close to these.
Scythe an open line of fire. I can move around quickly enough. Because they're coming out of...
So we're fine, you're like on top of that roof there?
Yeah.
Alright, I still like kind of... I'll still move over a little bit here just so I can have like some cover here. Now, something I was thinking, and you feel free to veto this if you want, but I do have a couple of pheromone grenades, so I'm thinking I could have one ready so that when someone comes through the door here, I can just chuck it over there and at least sort of like, hopefully, maybe at least get at least one of them, let's see here, fascinated, so at least, distract them some.
I'm okay with it.
I will have Espy, though, over by Scythe, I think. actually, probably like here, just so that Espy can either Miracle Worker, Scythe, or Shaw, depending.
Alright, so Ren's hiding on that balcony. Shaw and Espy over here. Scythe there. Yo behind. We're fine on the roof. Okay, everyone feel good about their stuff?
I might pop a few spells. Does anyone else want to buff before the combat? I can give you, like, thermal armor.
I'm pretty well protected against thermal, so maybe Yo.
All right, sure.
Okay. And for myself, I'll do...
Okay.
And... that.
Okay. Everyone has their buffs up. If you're trying to be hidden, give me stealth checks. Shaw and Scythe will have very hard stealth checks as they're just on the platform.
Yeah, Yo pulled out the pheromone grenade from one of their pockets and have it ready to go. And you'll see it's actually shaped like a cartoon heart.
Alright, you prime the heart grenade. Getting ready to toss it
Great,
towards
so
the door.
roll stealth.
You said it's a
31.
plus... Said it's a plus 40 if you're standing still and invisible.
Correct.
Shaw? Alright, so 75.
I guess we'll move off to the side and try and make our stealth checks.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh goodness, Nix.
Not the nat one.
Do we just? I think do the two of us just stand in the open? Because I mean, this is going to be a fight no matter what.
You
I
can
wasn't
stand
planning
there,
on stealthing.
All right. I think we
Go
stay
for it.
here. I think we be the obvious.
Alright. Opening the door, and I think before even the door is opened, Refine, you like loudly kick a metal pipe on the roof there, and you hear people like in Aslan, like, what was that? Something's up there. Someone's prowling around here. And the first two entities stride through the door, the tips of their pikes crackling with purple energy, as you guys see these badass individuals. All right, be cautious. They seem to be leading out another. This one appears to be the scientist you are waiting for. All white coat, white shirt, white everything. Short cropped hair. Shiny shoes. And
He immediately reminds me of that douchebag scientist from The Expanse.
yeah, facts. Okay. Changing up our stuff here. Alright. An immediate tension as they kind of come out, force pikes already crackling. Refine, you can definitely hear there's more in the room over there. Yo, do you go for the grenade toss here already?
Yep, I'll just go ahead and check it, like, right here, like right in the middle of them.
Right? I'm going to clear our initiative orders. And then while I am rolling saves on these people.
Yes!
Oh. Alright, that is a crit on the grenade, which just doubles the damage, but in this case I'm going to say It is going to increase the DC of it. And I will roll their saves in just a second. Okay. Oh, turn tracker. You are struggling these days.
It really does seem like it has not been doing well lately.
I don't think anyone's updated the API on it in a while. I'm sure someone's probably made a better one at this point. It's just one that I've used for so long, but I don't know. I'll have to set some time aside to find a better one.
All right, so I say it's like after they step out, Yo will
and then hold on,
pops the pin.
Yeah.
Oh, right, sorry.
Go ahead. You can describe it. Describe it. I'm just gonna roll their slaves.
Yeah, pops the pin, chucks the grenade over their shoulder, takes cover, and we'll just call to the others, say, "Grenade out!"
Right, and if they fail... Okay. The scientist... the door behind the scientist is going to protect the ones inside, but up here, the scientist is fascinated. For a number of rounds equal to the grenade. What mark is it?
It's Mark 3, so it'd be 3 rounds.
This one on the left is also fascinated 3 rounds. And all right, you see they both kind of like look towards you in like just utter fascination and like sniffing the air. Like, it smells wonderful. The other one out here kind of levels his pike at you guys, like, what's going on?
We're just gonna have a chat, and with that, I imagine.
And by a chat, Scythe's gonna open fire.
That's how he talks.
All right, Scythe, you are. I thought they rolled pretty hot, but you still beat them to it. That's the play. Jesus. Okay, hold on.
The closest Atlantean Warden.
All right, the one right there.
Yes.
I like that second one.
Yeah.
The damage rolls were great. The attack rolls were less great.
Fairly
Yeah,
abysmal.
not as great.
All right.
Yeah,
so we got 20 misses, 33 will hit, 25 will hit.
Okay.
So 38 and then 37.
That's not bad for 2 out of 3.
No, that's still gonna be a crap ton of damage.
Minus. Okay. Does not look bloodied yet, but that is a pretty decent chunk.
I'm going to hold position in case Shaw wants to throw some grenades or something. Or SB. They both are known to do that.
Alright. And Rin, refresh me, what was your stealth check?
With the invisibility of 75.
Okay, cool. I'm just not gonna roll. Never mind. I'm just not gonna roll.
Seems unlikely.
And you
Alright.
thought you thought Wilco was bad.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. 2 more. They're gonna kind of shove the scientist forward out of the way a little bit here to get through. 2 more of these wardens come out. Put them on the right layer. I'm going to... You do see these two do have force pikes on their back as well. I'm going to mark them. You see both of them are currently carrying, with a kind of pilot light flickering at the end, these huge flame weapons. Seems to be some sort of, like, advanced flamethrower. Alright. The one that is not just utterly fascinated. Let me double check fascinated condition. Is he gonna do nothing here? Let's see. Yeah, you stand or sit quietly. So they're kind of just in a... damn it. Alright, you, get the scientist to cover. You, with me. This guy is basically just gonna manhandle the scientist down onto this balcony. Both of you in there?
Ben, I think your stream just hiccuped.
Oh, why?
Yeah, it does seem to be a bit hiccuped.
Could you still hear me during the description just then?
Yeah.
Okay, odd.
Yeah, I know we're about to get torched.
Alright, rolling against the EAC of both of you guys in the path, which is Shaw and Espy. That is going to be... 31 to hit EAC.
Yeah, hits.
They roll real hot on that. Where am I dice at?
I will use my reaction to take half the damage for SP though.
No, don't. Do not. SB's fine. SB's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Ben, we would have had time to recover our stamina and stuff, right?
Yeah. That is going to be 29 fire damage.
Oof. It's a lot of damage.
They rolled damn near max on that.
That's, well, we're fine. That's the thing. I have huge amounts of fire resistance. It would have done no damage to me, basically.
The other one...
Yeah, but I didn't want to
leaping
waste your resolve.
Um,
SB is still relatively okay.
Okay. I didn't know if you had a chance to fix her yet.
Yeah, while we were floating from coming out of the drift to the planet, to the moon, I had a chance. So.
All right. Okay. What's our place here? You see that. I'm gonna. So Shaw, are you resistant to fire at all?
Yes.
Okay. Perception.
Actually, I'm very resistant to fire.
She sees that the fire did not do a lot to you, and you see as she spins, leaping.
Well, no, it didn't hit my EAC anyways.
The 31 didn't.
No, my EAC's 33.
Oh, nice. Well, you still look unscorched, so I think she's still gonna do this. You see the head of the staff instead begins to crystallize with frost.
Okay.
But
And then they're coming
despite
to swing
that,
it. Okay.
she's gonna go into our lovely robot Scythe. Okay. So that's gonna crit. Oh, that's gonna be a lot. So a lot of things are gonna happen once here. So first of all, oh, now I'm hitting critical mass on these tabs and getting confused with myself. Okay, so we're gonna do. Alright, between the frost and just the weapon itself, Scythe takes 87 damage.
What type of damage does the weapon itself do?
That would be piercing.
Fantastic. How much damage did you say he was doing?
87.
Okay, I have 14 piercing and 10 cold resist.
Okay,
That's-
I rolled exactly 10 cold, so the cold just doesn't happen. So we go down to 77. Then
Okay.
How much?
14 piercing.
So 77,
Resistance.
so 63 is the actual damage you take into your stamina.
Yeah, ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing, but
Oh,
also, because this weapon crit, it is going to make you be bleeding for 19 a turn.
I'm immune to bleed.
Fuck.
Uh, Also, I have an electrostatic field, so he takes 2d6 electric damage.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, roll that while I'm checking this. You see she is rebuffed and seems very confused, thought she could get the bleed attack off. Sees that she was wrong. She takes a little bit of damage there. Let me subtract before I forget. And then she is going to effectively spend a resolve point, because I'm a cheeky guy. And seeing that this did not happen to you, what is she gonna do here against you? Doing some homebrew shenanigans, but I did try to balance this to make sense. There we go. That's what that was. How to check my own rules. Give me a will save as strange purple power pulses through the staff into you as it impacts on the pike.
I don't love that. Let me double check. I do have improved Iron Will, so I can reroll this.
That's true.
Wait,
I think I... What?
I mean, it may be too late. You've already rolled.
But I can reroll it.
No, Matt, I had something. I had something I was going to do before you did your rerolls.
Oh,
Or even
interesting.
If it doesn't work well, I have a diabolical plan.
Okay, so that's
Alright,
for
21
that,
isn't great.
it doesn't pass.
Do I get my +4 racial bonus?
Spells that normally target. How is this factor? I'm gonna say no, because this isn't really a spell.
Okay.
It's more akin to a... Oh, no. It literally specifies. It is a supernatural effect, so it's not a spell. You are currently confused.
For how long?
Unclear.
Okay.
As the energy pulses into you, this like seems like raw arcane magic. She's just like, if I can't bleed you, I'll fry your circuits. And you are confused on your next turn. This one is gonna do nothing because he ostensibly is bringing the scientist to cover over there. This one is just fucking staring off in love from the heart grenade, which does bring us to Shaw.
Looking over, I was just like, have a seat. Full attack, Storm Dashko.
Just a question, Ben. He's confused. Can he still choose to fail saves?
Let me read confused and I'll decide. I'm gonna say no because it does specify in the confusion condition that you can't tell the difference between ally and foe, even friends or family. So I feel like you would inherently not be open to failing stuff.
Okay.
Alright, well, two of them should
Unfortunate.
hit. Because EAC. If
Yep.
his 25 hit earlier.
Yeah, they both do. They both do. 78.
I'm sad that last one didn't go through.
She's looking pretty bad, but she is still up.
My turns are short and sweet. I'll hold this position and keep an eye on the other ones.
And she kind of like she brings up like the elite force pike, like You strike. She gets used to your pattern, parries away the third one. Now it is over to Rin.
I might have to. I'll ask if I can just cast this from here, or if I have to move to see it. I'm gonna try to cast a Wall of Force.
Where are you trying to cast it? I feel like that would work.
Oh, it's gonna zigzag. Let me just. Wall of a 14, so 14 10-foot wall segments. Do the walls exist on the lines, or are they in the middle of?
What's the spacing of them again?
They are. Let me just link the spell real quick. A wall with an area of up to 10 feet square per level.
Okay, where are you wanting them? "10 feet square per level."
Oh, so I thought it was like a flat wall, not like a cube.
Oh, yeah, it could be a flat wall.
Because my idea was, where's the tool for this? Pen line.
God, I hate that it auto measures when you draw things now.
You can disable it.
Oh, okay, cool. I definitely will.
There's literally, if you just hit the measure tool, there's the always measure token movement that you just disable.
Fuck that.
I only know about this because I have to disable always broadcast every time I play this game.
Yeah, honestly. Valid.
Otherwise, the screen is covered in her scribbles.
Can you see where I'm starting my line?
I can't see you drawing your line at all.
Oh, it's over here by the scientist.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're trying to do like... You're trying to separate them.
Yeah, I'm trying to like box these guys out as much as I can.
So you're trying to like do like this kind of number? Is that the...
Yeah, as much as I can.
Yeah, I think so. So you kind of wall them off from getting to the stairs. So this warden's kind of trapped over here for now. Interesting.
And like I imagine it could go longer, but the important part is cuts the scientist off, cuts them off from us, and then blocks the way back in. Is that kosher?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just kind
I'll
of
pop up Wall of Force.
drawing it a little bit so you can get a visual.
If it's possible, I'll wrap it around the rail as much as I can.
Okay. I got you. I'm gonna...
Because it's 10 feet per level, so that's 140 feet.
I mean, genuinely, you could probably just put them in a cube.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, of like wrapping it around.
I mean, yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that
Alright,
works.
That is crazy. So you just surround them in walls of force. Refine, you're up on the roof.
Well, there goes my plan for dealing with those ones. And unfortunately, with Scythe not being able to fail saves willingly, that makes that plan not really viable. So instead, Refine's going to move to here and do a Dragon Gland breath that will only hit this one.
What energy is yours again?
A fire.
I think you had it as
It's
or
just fire.
It's fire. Okay. Reflex
It's
save.
fire. It's just fire on the Dragonland. It's
Okay.
not like
Well,
you can choose.
I'd let you choose if you want to get a new one. What's the DC? Or is it just a attack roll?
Horrible roll.
Oh my god, 1, 1, 1, 3, 4, 1. Jesus Christ.
It's 9d6, by the way.
That's a foul amount for 96. That's so low.
That's 4 ones. Oh my goodness.
What's the save on it?
My voice got really high there.
The save is 19.
Okay. She will pass that. So 27 down to 13. Extremely. She's at like death's door. Like well into the red.
Alright. It should be 3 less damage, by the way.
3 less damage?
Because that is. Yeah.
That would make it even 30. So I'm just gonna. She'll take a little bit more.
I need to figure out why that's happening. But
What was it adding to it?
oh, you know what? It
3
was adding
on types.
overcharge. I had to uncheck it.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's very specific.
It's not, but because I put in a custom die roll there, it does not show you the dice it's rolling there. By the way, on the overcharge, that was, I think, yeah, that was a 1 and a 2 on 2d6.
Good lord. Jesus Christ. What's SP doing?
Oh, Espy? I guess Espy's just giving Shaw defense miracle worker. But also I wasn't done with Refine's turn yet.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
Refine is going to use the hypergraft to take a second move action.
Hell yeah.
To move basically onto the back of this so that they are out of Scythe's line of sight.
So you're just like mag booting to the side.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Noted.
And then Espy will give Shaw defense miracle worker.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, yo.
Right. So I guess Yo will peek out from cover here, and hopefully I can. All right, I'll go ahead and attempt to attack. See if we can take at least this one Rune Warden off the board here. Go ahead and attempt to attack with my digitizer pistol.
Hell yeah. Oh.
What?
God damn. Popping up from like behind the shuttle, just boom, straight to the head with a like burst of purple arcane light from the spear as it falls from her hand. This warden fucking drops.
I imagine her head like explodes into
Yeah,
pixels.
there is very little left of her head.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What
Yes,
a
or,
what
like,
a
the,
pop-up
the-
shot there.
Yeah, just
know,
hear
like
like
in-
the Victory Royale sound.
Hell yeah.
You know, like in the Tron Legacy, I know that wasn't a very good movie, but like when the D-res, when somebody like explodes into pixels everywhere.
Ooh,
like, that's
yes.
Oh,
kind of what I
yeah,
see there.
yeah.
Love
That's
it.
satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, like the
And
rest of her
what's-
body is just meat, but the head does that.
And just once again, you could even see like just the confident smirk through through Yo's mask.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I'm just thinking of there's a great scene in one of the new D20 seasons where the guy is just killing someone. He's just like, "Your meat, Your meat. God damn. All right. Well, the Thassilonian scientist had some cool stuff, but kind of irrelevant. He's like, wow, did you see the way that they blew my bodyguard's head off? That was beautiful. Scythe.
Am I so confused if the person who confused me died?
Unfortunately, yes, but I will tell you right now, it is only for 2 rounds. I did not roll very high. So it's this round and then
Okay.
1 more. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna be a D100 roll. You deal 1d8 plus strength modifier damage to yourself with any item in your hand. Which, like, might not even get through your DR. You guys see Scythe, like, whack himself in the face with, like, the back of his rifle, and it just does nothing. Truly insane. You, like, with how little damage that does, you could have also just rolled the do nothing but babble incoherently to the same effect.
Okay.
I don't want to hear Scythe babble incoherently. Just
true.
'cause that would be funnier.
Honestly, the only really dangerous option for Scythe is if you roll a 76 through 100, it's attack nearest creature.
That's
You can attack
dangerous.
anybody. I mean, Shaw is probably the best position to take that.
I guess
That is
true.
why I gave Shaw the additional AC. To be totally honest.
Did SB want to move after that?
No, it's fine.
Shaw, I think, tanks the hit. I don't think SB does.
SB can still tank the hit.
Okay.
Alright.
Maybe I'm sleeping on SB.
This one sees the other
You'd have to
bodyguard
roll
go down.
really high to kill SB.
She doesn't have a lot of armor, but she does have a good chunk of hit points.
Yeah.
He's gonna drag the fascinated combatant away. Everyone, you see the one that is by the scientist click something on a remote, and you guys feel woo, air rushing in. The shields are down. There's air blowing everywhere. As the wind is like roaring in your guys' ears, because you are like so far up in the fucking sky right now. Everyone give me a perception check. I'm gonna say SB happens to just like get on the same radio frequency that the this Rune Warden is on. Okay, and then 33. You guys rolled pretty well, so I'm gonna say it's everyone but Shaw hears this. You guys see the one over here through the reflections of the force wall. And you hear as he tries to be quiet but has to shout a little bit because of the wind. As he's just like, Prime Warden 2 to Flying Serpent. We've been compromised. Packages on the west side of the roof. Everything else, take it out. Danger close. You guys see that they are going to use the rest of their turn to just take cover. Shaw, what do you do?
I didn't hear it, so.
It's true.
Nevertheless, seeing as we've got those 3 contained and the scientist, I looked around. Let's group up. Let's get this guy the hell out of here. I am going to, because I have a ridiculous move speed in my armor. Actually, I can use the force pack, which I forget what my movement is. It's been a minute. Ben, how would because a teleport is willing or unconscious, how would fascinated affect that?
I think if they're fascinated, they'd probably be willing to go with you. I will say, if they saw it as any sort of threat, that he would get another save.
Okay.
Oh, I think it does specify any... Well, it's just any obvious threat, such as drawing a weapon, casting a spell, or aiming a ranged weapon. But I feel like that's not necessarily a hostile spell. So I'd probably still give him a chance to save against it, but I would make your DC... I would make the DC harder.
Let's group up, folks. Let's get the hell out of here. Alright, I'll move over to him. I will holster the Storm Dashko as I go, so I'm not carrying any obvious weapons. If the plan was to teleport, I can assume that we would have discussed with Rin that I would have had to either have to knock this guy out or otherwise get him to come with us.
Yeah.
So that, I've not worked with this before, but at the same time, I should think if this was our extract, we would have had to have that discussion.
We all have to be in contact, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
I think I probably would have told you how teleport works, given that was part of the plan. Everyone who's part of the teleport has to be touching in some way. And I have to touch at least one of those people. So you could do like a conga line to him.
Yep, I'm saying.
It's like playing fucking capture the flags. Like, is electricity on for the jail? Can we do electricity?
So I'll holster my weapons as I come up, and I'll say to him, "Come on, let's get you off this windy rooftop. My friend's got more of the... So, come on, let's get you out of here."
Are you going over to the scientist to get him?
Or how do we want to do that? We need to kind of...
You're gonna have
Need
to.
to be
I
able
will
to
say,
do
I
that.
think fascinated is like you literally stand or sit quietly and take no actions.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
unless you're like
we need to...
carrying him, he's not gonna come over to you, no matter how nice you're talking.
I think we have to go over to him. That was my
Yeah,
plan.
we,
I was going to go
we
over
have
to
to
him.
conga over to him, I think.
Oh, my roll 20 is just pure black. Shows nothing.
So, yeah, then I'll just go over to him and say, "Come on, come with me," and I'm acting as non-threatening as possible, and I'll put a hand on his shoulder.
Alright.
Let's get you off this windy roof, and that's all I'll do.
Alright, give me 1 second. Because I have to load back in to roll 20. Come on, roll 20. We're literally so close to the end of the session.
How much move do you have, Yo?
I got 30.
Okay,
You run,
okay.
then you can triple move.
Fuck, I
The
joined
worry
in
is
player mode. I need to
getting
join in TM
Scythe.
mode.
I think the worry is getting Scythe out of here.
Scythe has a 60-foot move.
Scythe is confused.
Scythe is confused right now.
Oh, yeah.
Which again would not be an issue if Scythe could willingly fail saves. Unfortunately,
There's a wrench in the plans.
that is a wrench in the plans.
Given that it's my turn next, I'll delay until after Scythe.
Okay. Ren delays till
Or, I mean, that would give up my turn. Should I just
that would effectively give
move
it
closer
Carl's
now?
turn, yeah.
Yeah, just move closer.
Second,
now.
wait a minute. Actually, I just realized something.
Okay.
Seeing that Scythe is confused, with my force pack, I have...
Oh shit.
Oops. I have a fly speed of 60 feet. Dragging him along, I can still double move and make the distance to make it to the scientist. with my power armor, I have a strength of like 22. Up to
Do
you,
we
Bennett.
want Confused Scythe being that close to the person
Yes.
we're trying to get out of
We
here?
want Confused Scythe to be next to Shaw, because Shaw
Yeah.
is the best
Okay.
person for Confused Scythe to hit.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So
what are you doing then?
I was just gonna drag him along with me because I have such a high ground speed.
Okay,
Or high
I
speed in
think you would
general.
probably need to make
An athletics check.
I would say an athletics, yeah. You're hauling a confused killbot.
38.
All right, you do it. Let's see.
If only I wasn't
did you take any
confused, I could have
actual
helped you with
actions this turn?
acrobatics.
Say again?
Did you take any actual actions this turn?
No, I'm just moving over to the scientist.
Okay,
Just saying,
I think
hey,
in
come
that
with
case
us.
this will work because effectively you'd have to double move to drag someone that far with your movement.
Yeah,
But I
that
think
was
if
my
you
plan.
do that, then free action talk to the scientist, that's kosher. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's all I was gonna do.
The question is, would I be able to, in his confused state, am I able to teleport him with?
Ooh.
Yes, but he might try to save against it. He is also only confused for one more turn, remember? Like, once his turn is over, the confusion ends.
Okay.
So we just have to survive until... Because the scientist has 2 turns of Fascinated
Correct.
left. So if
Okay.
we can get through Scythe's turn, then we're good.
All right. I might do something. Can my etheric shards exist just in the air?
I don't see why not.
Essentially, what I want to do is put like 2 or 3 10-foot cubes all within like right above their heads. Wait, am I able to put etheric shards right on someone?
I'd have to read Etheric Shards again. I'm pulling it up. Interplanar blades. Remember, you do have the blade handout I gave you, so you could drag a blade token on where you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could put it on them.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill the wall of force with etheric shards.
Okay, so they have to make a reflex to avoid the partial damage.
Wow.
Right? Spinning etheric shards fill that area. I'm gonna make 3 reflex saves for the remaining wardens. What's your DC?
It is. That's a 3rd level spell, so it's. '18's my base, so 21. And it is a.
Okay, that's gonna be
reflex saving throw.
reflex. Okay. Top flamer one is gonna pass. Fascinated one's gonna fail, and bottom flamer one's gonna fail. If you want to go ahead and roll damage, so pass, fail, fail.
I think it does the 1d8 slashing or gain the bleeding. I think they all just take the slashing if they're in there.
I think they just take the
So-
slashing. Yeah. Okay.
One for each one, or
No, I think we'll just take the max. You got them.
all right.
They start like they're covering their heads. Things are going everywhere. Are you doing any move actions?
Yeah, it's a standard action to cast the spell, I think.
Mm-hmm.
How far can I move with a move action?
What's your movement?
50.
50.
Alright. That'll be it for my turn.
Alright. Now things are getting interesting. That was Rin. Refine, you're on the other side of that building.
Delaying until after Espy.
Delaying until after Espy. Alright, Espy, go ahead.
Espy is going to move next to Refine and go into tattoo form.
Alright, folds up onto your skin there. Now Refine herself is going.
Refine is going to take the very tight path along the edge of the building to pop up here.
That's crazy. Just dead sprint, like full horizontal, like parallel with the ground below you, along the side of a fucking building is crazy. Alright, you link up
Gets
with
me
the
where
others.
I need to be.
And then you guys feel a vibration. It starts to be stronger than the blowing winds around you. As the wardens are getting cut up by fucking etheric shards, the ones like the same one that Radalast was like, Prime Warden 2! Prime Actual is down! Take any clear shot! And you guys are gonna look over, you hear the sound as it begins approaching. A kind of high-pitched hum along that, like, deep thrum in your bodies right now. As you guys see, not one of the clockwork drones, but rather a piloted craft. A fighter known as a Sovereign Harrier. It is approaching at high fucking speeds and is going to put it onto the map because it goes right after Refine. That's such an annoyingly large size. I hate that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna delete that part. At least for this turn. Alright. Zoom out. This thing is effectively streaking over the building at high speed. What is happening? Sorry, it's tripping me out that on your guys' view, or at least on my second monitor, it's angled in a different direction than the diagonal it is on my main monitor.
Lovely.
Why is it like that? What the fuck? Hold on. Okay, that it's synced up again now, but that was fucking weird. It is gonna come by high and fast. It has a pilot. The person in the back, there are two pods. There's a separate gunner. It only has guns in the forward arc, and indeed is going to fire both of them at a penalty. You guys see it releases, kind of slower than, almost slower than the plane itself before it picks up speed. A glowing Aeon torpedo streaks towards you guys, and then a light particle beam from the forward weapons array. I'm gonna roll some dice here. Okay, percentages, alright. As it streaks overhead, the torpedo is going to impact where Rin is and get Rin and Scythe. The beam is going to, as it flashes by over the building, is going to take a brief shot at Shaw. Alright. Shaw, we're going to do yours first.
Alright, EAC is 35.
35. That is going to be a hit. This is a StarCraft to surface weapon, so we will be multiplying this value by 10.
Oh, I could be dead right now.
Nah, what's your stamina?
182.
You're probably fine.
Did we rest when we went to the,
We got all our
Sorry for
stamina
this
back.
place.
You
Okay,
all spent
good.
a resolve point to get a stamina back. You got all your stamina back. Shaw, you take 140 damage as the beam slams into you, almost knocking you off your feet.
Shockingly, I am still in my stamina. 140.
140. They're firing everything they got. Alright. KAC on Scythe and Rin.
It's pretty high. KAC?
Yep.
35.
For Rin?
33. I do have mirror image up.
It's true. Alright, hold on. How many mirror images you got?
14 minutes. 24 figment images. So I roll for it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
Got 3.
Okay, so I'm rolling a d4 essentially then. So I'm gonna roll this public. If it's a 1, it's still you. Image. You dive to the side. Scythe is gonna get hit though. Scythe, you're gonna take. What is this? Oh no, it's less dice than I thought actually. Okay, near minimum damage. You only take 30.
Oh.
And I roll 3.
What type of damage is that?
It's, I mean, in space, it's just damage. So I'm gonna say this bypasses DR because it's a literal surface to air weapon, or air to surface weapon. And then as it speeds away, it is going to, since they are already behind a force wall. Actually, ooh, I'm gonna need a luck check, I think, to decide what these guys are gonna do. We're fine. Give me just a flat D20. That's really good luck. There's a brief moment where the pilots consider firing their aft weapon, because it would be in a cone. Thinking that this mission might be botched, but they manage to maintain the faith and think the mission is not botched yet. As they scream over the building.
I guess they don't know that I can teleport yet.
They don't know who the fuck you guys are. How would they know? Alright, it's Yo.
Alright, yeah. Definitely gonna use the triple move to get over there. So it's like, yeah, Yo hears the, like, you know, the ship firing down, will quickly take cover, and then hearing it fly back over, start another pass, you know, like here. And they do, like, the whole, like, badass thing where you see him, like, slide over the...
slide the hood.
Over the hood, like...
Hell yeah.
And then I'll run over and grab a hold of... Yep, and then grab a hold of Rin's hand. It's like, go, now, now!
We gotta wait for Scythe's turn to end.
Yeah.
Damn it!
This is so rough. The scientist is like, wow. That plane kind of reminded me of love. That's crazy. Anyway, back to Scythe's turn. Alright, Scythe.
D100.
Incredibly relevant D100 right now. Go ahead. 53, that is deal damage to yourself, which doesn't get past your own DR.
Okay.
But that ends the...
That does end the
effect.
confusion. That could have been way worse. Woo! Good stuff. Alright, so he is unconfused now. Scythe, you, after hitting your own faceplate for a second time with like a gong, you snap the fuck out of it. What's interesting is these guys are up.
They're in a bunch of spinning blades, I think.
That is true. How tall are your
They are-
walls?
10 feet high.
What do they have here? What are we doing, boys? Hold on.
They're in the box of pain.
Yeah, the box of pain is really fucking me up here. Hold on. I gotta think about their abilities. Okay, so...
Now it's not just a refined doing weird shit.
Look, I get you guys. I'm doing weird shit too. I'm giving these guys some crazy stuff, but I don't know if I
Cut
gave
out there,
them
Ben.
the right crazy stuff to deal with this.
Uh-oh. Ben,
Huh?
Oh dear.
Oh,
we're missing his rant.
Yep.
Ben?
Hello? It's so weird.
Ben? Can all of us?
He says for me, it's full connection on. I
Yeah,
can't
what
hear
the
you.
fuck?
Now I
Can we
hear
hear you
him.
now?
Can you hear me
we can
now?
hear you now.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can
Okay,
hear you
for me,
now.
I literally never lost connection according to Discord. It was like full bars. I could hear all of you, and just no one was
Discord's
answering
full
me.
of it. Discord's full
Well,
of
like,
it
it couldn't-
sometimes.
Maybe I need to update Discord because it didn't drop the stream, so I couldn't have lost full connection.
Yeah.
No idea then.
Anyway, I was ranting that, yeah, you guys do crazy shit. I also am giving my homebrew campaign
very-
crazy shit. I just
Very
maybe
reasonable.
didn't give them the right crazy shit for this encounter. And now I'm desperately looking at my own
happens.
fucking rules, like, what do I do?
That happens sometimes.
I just imagine them like
Considering,
they're inside the box of paint and they're like banging on the walls trying to get the scientist's attention.
considering I got crit and James got hit with like a surface to ground weapon, we are shockingly just unbothered.
Okay, I think this is so stupid.
Face taking a particle beam's a new one even for Shaw.
Okay, for this plan to make sense in world, I need to use one of their I'm gonna roll one of their mysticism. They're pretty good at this, the Rune Wardens. And I'm gonna see if one of them can piece together that you're about to just fucking disappear with their, like, with the package. Okay.
I will say one of them is still fascinated for a round.
Look, the one that's fascinated isn't doing shit. Let me be clear. He is staring at Yo in awe. However, one of the other two is like, they're doing a teleport! Kill them all! Both of them are going to initiate the self-destruct features on their experimental flame rifles and just try to fucking huck them over the wall into your party. Okay.
But if they don't get it over the wall, they just threw a bomb at themselves.
Look, I didn't say it was a good plan. I said it was a plan.
Okay.
Alright, they're both aiming for Scythe. Because that will get
Sure.
everyone to either... It'll get everyone but Refined.
Including the scientist?
Including the scientist. The one of them figured out you're trying to teleport and is like, oh, better just torch the scientist rather than let you guys take him. Okay. Those are both absolutely going to hit Scythe because they got an 18 and a 19 on the die. However, the scientist knows how these weapons work. I'm going to roll him another will save to see that this is clearly a hostile action.
Not by us.
That's true. It's not by.
He snaps out and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing?"
Get down! And I will use my get behind me, Mr. President, whatever it's called, to take some of the damage for him.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
They're trying to kill you.
Okay, so that's okay. All right. So this is gonna be a reflex save, 2 reflex saves from the scientist, Shaw, Scythe, Rin, Yo, and then Shaw, you're trying to take some of the scientist's damage.
I will give well because it's not an attack; it's a reflex. Honestly, I will give up my reflex save and put myself in front of the blast for him.
Do you have both reflex saves?
Yeah, I'm fire resistance. I still have health and stamina. This is fine.
Okay. How much stamina you got, by the way, after taking 140 to the fucking chest?
I still have 42.
Okay. Alright, we'll just go in order then. So that, you're just auto-failing both. I will allow that to protect the scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Scythe, you're up next. Give me 2 reflex rolls.
pretty bad.
Okay, Scythe will also take full damage. Let's go over to Rin. Cool story. Rin's gonna take full damage. Yo. Okay, Yo will take half damage, and then full damage on the second one. So combining both blasts. I guess you guys have, some of you have fire DR, right?
That's exactly
Yeah.
why I'm.
Okay.
This is a calculated risk. Let's see how bad my math is.
First blast is 26. Second blast is 24.
So 20. So an even 50. I reduce that by 28 because of my fire resistance.
Okay.
So 20. I take.
You
22.
still have stamina left.
Yep. That's why I did that.
Look. Things are going to start escalating. Now that they know you guys can take this kind of punishment, like, okay. Send in some others. That means, Scythe, do you have fire resistance?
Yeah.
Okay, so reduce the
Yeah, I got 10.
50 by twice. Rin, do you have
Yeah,
fire
yeah.
resistance?
I think I might have like
Jesus Christ.
the Mark 1 armor upgrade.
Oh,
Yep,
so-
I have a TR5.
Okay, so
Fire.
effectively reduce it by 10 because it's 2 times. So you're going to take 40 total. Yo, you're going to take
And I take nothing.
13 and then 24, so 37. Refine, you were
Is
outside the
Yo
blast
fire
radius.
resistant?
Is Yo fire resistant?
He's got a red
no,
coat.
no.
Would be.
All right, they're not fire
Oh, yeah,
resistant.
that's right.
Wait, what? Are they fire
let's
resistant?
see here. No, I don't think so.
Okay. One of the warden's like, no one bring fire in the future anymore.
I mean, to be
Fire's
fair,
not working,
the
boys.
mine is not fire resistant.
I was like, as soon as I knew they had to do this plan, I was like, it's crazy that Refine's the one that's out of the blast radius. I will say Shaw, very scorched on his back specifically. The scientist is full panicking. That's the end of their turns. I think
I
one
was
of the
just
is like, Flag Super 1, quit! They're gonna teleport!
I look at the scientist. Come with me if you want to live now.
He's not.
Well, you
He's
have
like,
to
go
do the
wide. He's
impression
like,
of this.
okay, okay.
Let's go.
I mean, you have to do the impression if you're going to say that.
He's not wrong. You gotta do the Schwarzenegger impression.
Come with me if you want to live.
Okay, there we go. I will turn this stream around. All right, Rin.
All right, I got to teleport us out.
Boom! A burst
I give
of
him- I give him-
magic.
Through the wall of force, I'm going to flip off the wardens as I cast it.
We see you guys teleport into like a wet alley. You're a couple blocks away, but you know how to get to the safe house. You're able to rush there. We cut back like to the camera. You see a like basically the Harrier fighter jet like streaks away because it's not really in like a type of vehicle that's like a good holding pattern. You see the wardens like fully flipping out and losing their shit as the spells begin to fade around them. A couple of the clockwork drones, like the 4 guns, are like, they have hover engines. They're kind of like hovering around the building. They're just the size of like, they're probably just the size of like a smart car. It's like decently big. And like this is clearly like such a crime scene now.
They're still stuck in the box of pain for a minute and a half.
Yeah, oh, it takes them a while. We will end there as you guys abscond with the scientist. Oof, that was close. All right, thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back next week.